Man, drop that shit for these fuck niggas.
Oh, so you she practically
okay. But she does have a line.
I think it's supposed to be like under 7. I'm like a 9 or 10.
Okay.
Sounds anemic. But shit, man, what's happening? It's episode 17, Short Change Podcast. Real nigga Jay in the building. And look who we got. Finally on the motherfucking couch. Look at the game. She always contributes from behind the camera, but we finally got her to sit on the couch with us.
Special request for fight.
Auntie Ny, what's happening? What's happening, man?
Fourth member, right?
Low key.
Goddamn Wizard Kelly of the game. Nah, man, but Fife couldn't be with us today. Shout out to Fife. She away handling business, celebrating her wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Riz.
Oh, happy birthday, Riz.
Happy birthday.
So yeah, man, how y'all niggas been, man? What y'all been on, bro? You been eating any dope spots? Been reading anything cool lately?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really, but I've been watching some new shows and you know what I'm saying, whatnot. It's a couple dope shows out.
P-Valley.
P-Valley,
So,
yeah, definitely.
Tell me a little about P-Valley, because people be talking about it, but I don't really know what
You
it
haven't
is.
watched it?
Give him the rundown, bro.
I don't know, Jay. You might not fuck with it.
Jay pretty open-minded when it comes to
what's it about?
entertainment and art.
P-Valley is about a strip club in a very country town with Mississippi.
It's supposed to be set in Mississippi. Of course, it was shot in A, but it's supposed to be set in Mississippi.
Little country town.
Okay.
Picture a town smaller than Valdosta for real. Like Statesboro.
Okay.
Meta. It's more so like Meta.
Like on some Waycross shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that shit looks like.
Yeah.
Some country shit.
Country shit.
Alright, yeah.
Homosexual man owns a club for strippers or whatever. Everybody got their own storyline. They're trying to, he's basically about to lose his place. They're battling with, what is it, the white boys across the town?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
wealthy, prominent family in the city.
They're trying to buy that.
So it's a wealthy, prominent family in P-Valley and
White or black?
white.
Okay, gotcha.
And yeah, the show depicts the racial tension.
Yeah.
As well as
Then there's background connections like the
politics.
mayor.
Yes, it's politics involved in it. And basically, the land that the strip club sits on is in the way or is valuable to the wealthy white family because they trying to sell their land and bring a casino to P-Valley, to Chesalusa.
Yeah, Chesalusa. That's what it is.
That's the fictional name of the city.
So it's
I think that's a real.
It's like the last stronghold in this.
Yeah.
Town
And
white folks is trying to like
right. And then the I guess somewhat main character Autumn, you know, it gives her backstory somewhat and how she was involved in a flood or something. She lost everything. She came to Tuscaloosa to start over. She started stripping. She's pretty much scamming. She left her rich husband or boyfriend, and she hitting money fraud, money wire licks. You know what I mean? Making fake IDs and shit. So real fire Atlanta shit, low key, but said it's set in a small town.
It's some ghetto shit, but it's dope.
Shout out to people.
This sounds like some shit I would like, to be honest with you.
Really?
I'm gonna check it out.
Bro, yeah, check it out.
All I
and
know
then you can binge watch it because the season over.
What channel is this on?
Stars,
HBO,
Yeah, I
Stars.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know shit about P-Valley besides what y'all just told me now.
But check that
But
shit
there's
out.
one actress who's on that show.
Who that?
Shannon Thornton. Boy.
And bro, her character on the show,
You can't tell.
Yeah, she fire. Shout out to Shannon Thornton.
I think she got the best storyline.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Yeah, shout out to Shannon Thornton, man. But definitely check that out, man. What else you been watching?
So, my man, he put me on this show, just told me to check it out. It's a joint called Lovecraft Country.
I heard of it.
About that.
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit. It's spaced out for me.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying, I watched the first few episodes of it. You know, and I do like a couple aspects of it, you know what I'm saying. Main thing is it's centered around black people. Mm-hmm. All the main characters black. It's like some shit set in like a the 50s or something like that.
Right.
But each episode it kind of just talks about like different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like
So
Black Mirror.
yeah, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Where
So there's no storyline per se.
it's like it's a real loose storyline, but every episode is just way off base.
Gotcha.
You know, and I feel like
something
if it
like
was
that.
consistent, like if you could just watch the whole season and it like builds on, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, something, I might get into it a little more, but it ain't bad, you know what I'm saying? It's like some kind of black sci-fi type shit.
I might enjoy it.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes. It seemed pretty cool. It got aliens and shit in it. And
Oh, so you seen it too?
yeah, you do like
I
shit
like
like
it
that.
like
That's
that.
that side of you that you like to got
Yeah.
concealed.
I don't like
Ain't
it.
nobody tell me be like sci-fi.
I'm weird on the low sometimes. Like,
Okay.
I'm into a lot of different stuff.
Okay.
True. Yeah.
I'll watch that overall because I don't. It's a lot of shows I don't watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I ain't never seen. I ain't even gonna get into it. I ain't seen. You'd be surprised. I don't watch a lot of TV.
I believe it.
That's what's up.
It's another one I seen. It's called Raised by Wolves. So it's a new show just dropped on HBO. I think it came out.
HBO be having some shit on their
HBO,
series.
shout out to them. They be having some shit for
Yeah,
real.
so that's pretty good though. from
It's
what you
good, yeah. It's like some straight up sci-fi shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like
That's not
So-
really my realm,
so-
but I'm gonna check it
Hey,
out just because
that
my
shit
shit
fire
sounds
to me,
good. You ain't never lied to
it's
me.
like some futuristic, post-apocalyptic type shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So y'all
Like,
ain't watch Westworld?
No.
how about not what?
So you watch Westworld?
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It-
Rob, you didn't watch Westworld?
My nigga, you
I don't
gotta
even
see
know
that
what
shit.
channel that come on.
Nigga, it's an HBO show. You will like that shit.
Westworld.
I've been watching.
That's what is that shit.
Only thing I ain't been watching no series lately except Power Book 2. I'm glad that's back.
Okay.
Let's get into that. Power Book 2.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas been checking that out?
I haven't. Hip us to it.
You know, I'm someone, I enjoy like season 1 and 2 of Power the most. Like
Okay.
the beginning of Power before it
The
became
first
filled
3
with
seasons, for
celebrities.
real. Yeah.
Like now that all these celebrities are coming into it, it's kind of reminding me of Empire. It's still good, but it's,
Empire?
You know
I feel
what?
like it's going down that same lane of Empire.
Like the early beginning?
Yeah, like
Right.
every episode we
Don't
go.
Empire. Don't
It just
Empire.
becomes too. They try to make it too relatable, I guess, or urban. But like, I
Yeah.
liked it before when it was more like one of them ghetto novels.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Like, let me tell you,
now it's more so.
straight up, that shit turned into a soap opera.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
Nigga, as
Power time. You're not who I thought you were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
and
Method Man,
especially,
Mary
like-
J. Blige, let's be clear.
Right.
Meth
Not
killing his
ass.
role, be clear.
Meth
Meth
killed
killing his
Act,
role.
though.
You say
Yeah.
Mary J can't act. What leads you to say that? I'm curious because I liked her,
Her
character
character
so
moved
far.
you?
For what
Like that
she's
scene
there
with her in
to
the bed with the officer, like that scene moved you? Remember they was laying in the
The-
bed and he was trying to like, oh, I can take care of you and
So-
you can't protect me.
do. So the for what they were trying to convey in that scene, I think she's killing it. Like she can't get involved too deeply. You feel
I
me?
feel like she's a good actress. Like she ain't
I
like
think it's
Method
hard.
Man is letting me feel his
Hey,
character.
You know what?
One thing, don't do Mary by acting.
I like it. I love Auntie.
Because Auntie acted her ass off on Not Gonna Cry video. That shit down there
That's
made
the
me
music
cry.
video. She was
I
feeling
love-
her song.
she-
I don't
hey.
think she's feeling these lyrics the way she feels. I mean these words like she
Okay.
feel her
She was
lyrics.
in another
Like,
show called Umbrella Academy. And
I heard-
I
I
thought
don't
she
know. I
did
got
okay in
into that a
that.
little bit.
Yeah, I thought she did okay in that. You know?
She was in a movie called Mudbound on
Right.
Netflix. I liked her character in
I ain't
there.
never heard of that.
I ain't saying she about to win an Oscar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
she did a thing.
She ain't no Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce terrible actor.
That's what I
They
heard.
Don't do Auntie,
No,
dog.
seriously, like
Don't do
Beyonce
Auntie.
gets the credit she gets because she's Beyonce. I think we give Mary the credit she gets because she's Mary. But she is not.
Look,
I don't
we-
feel her role.
We gonna
Yeah.
agree to disagree.
Okay.
We gonna agree to disagree.
Oh.
But you say you ain't seen it yet?
The new Power, I haven't, man.
Hey,
The last
My
book,
bad.
the last book is kind of, left me like, do I really want to watch this again?
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
the last episode of Power or the last season of Power?
like the last couple seasons, really.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like,
You wasn't in love
y'all
with
watched Game of Thrones before, right?
I did after the fact.
I'm surprised you ain't seen it.
did.
You would
I
love
did.
sci-fi.
If
Not
it's like like
It
sci-fi.
came
really
out when I was
like
in
it.
college, and
Right.
It came out a while ago. I wasn't
we had
involved.
access to them channels back then.
Only reason I watched Game of Thrones because it wasn't nothing else to watch during the period. I watched it, fell in love with it. I actually I'm thinking about rewatching it just because it's a lot of content in that.
Around that time, I was watching a lot of vampire and witchcraft.
Honestly, I ain't watched Game of Thrones till last year. I watched the whole
Really?
Me
shit.
too.
The whole shit.
Me
Yeah.
too.
That's when I feel like
That might
most
be my next
people
show.
watched it.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones is similar to Power, in which it started off pretty good, and then over the course of the show, it's just like, all right, what the fuck y'all really doing, man? This ain't. It's getting dumb now.
That's how Empire
I get what you're saying. Like Game of Thrones was drawn out more than it probably could have been with the way it ended.
Yeah.
Which I get it. It gave a lot of backstory, but
I get it. And Power.
I think Power the same way. Yeah. Like it's like
They feel like some of the stuff that y'all are doing in the show don't
expected.
make sense.
Power.
They're doing better than I expected with this Tariq story.
So
Is it worth watching?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, and shout out to Lil Reek, man. I was about ready
I'm
to
impressed.
get rid of Reek.
Really?
Reek acting his ass off. What's
Yeah.
his name? Michael Rainey? I think his name is Michael
Yeah.
Rainey.
Yeah.
I think that's his.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. After that shit he pulled with Raina, I was ready to cancel Reek.
Yeah, man, I was about ready to
Hey.
goddamn put some change on Reek head. But I mean, he made Reek actually, since Raina died, besides his betrayal of Ghost, in my opinion, he really been on his gangster shit.
I mean, even like, you know, his whole affiliation with Dre and trying to keep it a secret and all that. I'm just like, man,
It was a lot of goofy
you know
shit.
some little hoe shit, little nigga.
But at the same time, I feel like we gotta keep in mind that this is a young nigga figuring it out on his own. Ghost won't teach him the game.
Right.
That's how it happened, bro.
It's almost like he locked him out of that life, you know what I'm
And-
saying?
and-
Instead
and
of, you know,
now-
bro,
Yeah.
like it's almost like he can't get the information from his father, so he do
gonna
like a lot of
figure it
young
out.
niggas do and
Yeah.
go seek it out the streets.
That's the same way his father did.
yeah.
His dad figured it out.
And I never thought about that, but yeah. But check out Power Book 2.
I'm gonna check it out.
Check out Power Book 2.
But I do want to say this though. I always rewatch my favorite show every few years.
The Wire.
The Wire. I'm watching that motherfucker right now.
I gotta rewatch
It's
it,
just
man.
as good as the first time.
I gotta
Every time
rewatch
watch
it.
that
So
shit.
my problem is mentally when I be wanting to watch it, but when I put it on, it's like I be on my phone, and with The Wire, you really have to pay attention.
I would say pay attention to season 1, season 2, and once you get to season 3, you don't gotta try to pay attention because you're gonna be locked
Locked
into
in,
it. And then
yeah.
there's so much action in season 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna double back on that too.
Yeah, that's the one you gotta watch. That's classic.
Say
That
less.
was
Say
my
less.
mom's shit when I was growing up.
Your mom,
know.
Tiff always been a real. Tiff
That was her
always been
shit.
what kind of music y'all been into lately though, man? Anything new worth mentioning? You know what I'm talking
All
about?
I've been listening to now is Larry June.
Oh, you been listening
and
to his
Mulatto.
what?
Shut up.
Oh, you been listening to his what?
Larry June.
Okay.
After Rob put me on. You did that. You
That's
did.
me, guys, ladies and gentlemen. My taste in music is,
But
yeah.
nothing else. I mean, I'm still listening to Mulatto. Still fuck with her.
How was that? I wanted to, but I never got to get into it. How was that Said Something remix? You what?
Well, I'm fucking with City
Lotto
Girls.
wasn't on there, was
Or
she?
City Girls.
I'm gonna
Three
listen to it because I
K-Rap.
really didn't like how y'all disrespected JT. No, that wasn't you that disrespected JT.
That wasn't me.
But,
But I agree. It was mediocre. It was like, alright, I could have kept that.
damn, I might not listen to it.
It's
'cause I know
already a
it's some
trendy
serious.
song. Like, I put
It's
it
very.
bad.
It should be. I ain't looked at the charts or nothing lately, but it should be up there. I know it's high on urban.
I ain't really
charts.
big on trendy songs, and I fuck with Money Bag, but making
It's him, but it's
Twitter
trap.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that said something thing. That
Yeah.
he's saying that throughout the whole song. It's like, all right,
Yeah,
give me the gutter shit.
I dig it. What about you, Brody?
Man, I've been fucking with that Conway that just dropped. That
Talk
shit-
about it. Let's talk about it,
Yeah,
man.
that
Some
shit-
more Griselda shit.
Of
Yes,
course, you know,
Yes.
I didn't know.
they've dropped again.
you already know.
Conway the Machine. Let's talk about
From
it, Jay.
a king to a god.
From a king to a god, man. Let's get into it.
From
I
a
gotta open
king
up.
to a god.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
name. That's the
That's-
name.
that's the name of the
title.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and to be honest, out of Griselda, if I had to rank, you know what I'm saying, each member, I would put, you know, I don't even know if I could put Benny and Westside on different levels, because to me, like, they both just crazy in their own style. You know what I'm saying?
Benny and Conway.
No, I'm talking about Benny and Westside. So I always looked at Benny and Westside on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like, Westside talk more about like that fly, lavish, you know what I'm saying, that lifestyle shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Benny more so talks about like, you know what I'm saying, moving weights, you know what I'm saying, the drug talk, you know what I'm saying, the murder rap, all that.
Love
And Conway always been like a little bit behind him to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would be my third choice if I went to go play some other shit.
Okay, gotcha.
But I always, you know what I'm saying, gave him his props because he's a great storyteller, you know what I'm saying, talks about experiences and puts them in his music, and has a good mix of some of the other topics that the other two members talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this tape, to me, kind of caught him up to my perspective when I look at, you know, him in relation to Westside and Benny. Now, I think they all on the same level, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that shit was solid. I can listen to it front to back, man.
Okay, I dig it. So before I get into how I feel about it, did you listen to Lulu and Griselda Ghost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they didn't move you that much?
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I did like it.
But,
you know, I like all that shit.
But this is the first one that made you be like, oh shit, wait a minute.
I'll say this. I've always listened to Conway, but I never liked Conway as much as Benny and Westside.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying?
Understood. Okay.
But
okay.
Lulu kind of, you know, bumped it up a notch for me. And this kind of gets me on that level where I'm like, all right, you know, he's probably going to be in my rotation just as much as the other two.
Yeah, yeah. I love it, dog. So for me, it's always been between Conway and Benny.
For real.
And then, cause those, I got hit to Benny first, then Conway, because Westside Gun to me is an acquired taste. You know what I mean? With me being a South Georgia nigga, that Raekwon sound, you know what I mean? Because that's who people liken Westside to, Raekwon. They say, I mean, they do sound very similar.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people.
You know who Raekwon is, though, right? From the Wu-Tang, my man?
Oh, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no,
Raekwon,
Let me look these people up. Because I'm thinking they're all brand new artists.
You like the same kind of music your mama like, right? Like that up north, gritty Jersey.
I don't want to hear it all the time, though.
Okay.
Well, you gotta hear it.
You might like this then. Because just to get into Conway, man, like, again, the last 3 projects I've been hip to, Lulu, Griselda Ghost, I think, let me see what this shit called, man. Griselda, I want to get out of
Shady Records at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, he signed the, God damn it. So No One Mourns the Wicked was also a dope tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. And yeah, so From King to a God, it's perfect, dog. That bitch perfect.
Overall, Griselda having a crazy year, bro.
They really done had shit locked up since beginning of 19.
They really have.
Everybody on notice. Everybody who's anybody on notice about Griselda. You feel me? And I love to see it, bro, because I love this type of rap. Like, and a lot of people will say that their type of rap glorifies something that's been. I would go on record as saying something that's been genocidal to black people. You know what I mean? Drugs, coke, heroin. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like it's their story. You feel me? Like, I don't look at it as glorification. I look at it as these niggas was in the jungle with no resources and they made a way out of no way. And granted, there were casualties in the process. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. But I said all that to say, Conway tape, his album is great. You know what I mean? He got Meth on that motherfucker. He got Gibbs on that motherfucker. And a lot of people have been saying Meth had the verse of the year so far on this album. But Meth, I don't know if you saw, Meth just gave Conway a shout out and told him, like, bro,
word.
Meth told him that this is a classic album. He said this puts him in the mind of Doggy Style. You know, Doggy Style is referred to as like a classic album. So, you know what I mean? It's beautiful to see real niggas, real street niggas that's telling authentic stories, get their flowers and do it they way, you feel me?
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? I love the album. Gonna play it again today. I wish it was more time, bro, because I be trying to listen to so much good music. I haven't been able to get this the attention I wanted, but every time I spend it, I love it, and I love it even more. So, yeah.
I gotta agree with you.
Yeah. But also, she mentioned Larry June earlier. My nigga dropped Orange Season, which it's a new. The tape just dropped, but the music was recorded way back in 2016. He collaborated with a producer. Yeah. So, and
nigga recorded an album in 2016 and just dropped it?
I think the issue was he probably released it on a mixtape platform, but it's just coming to major streaming platforms because if I had to guess, it was due to clearance issues because he got a lot of
samples and shit.
That bitch. So the producer name is Cooking Soul, right? That bitch was cooking.
Yeah.
That bitch was eyeballing the work on that motherfucker, bro. And you know what I mean? Larry, he from San Francisco, raised in Atlanta, practically went back and forth from Atlanta to San Francisco, but you can hear that Bay Area influence, but at the same time, it sounds like an Atlanta nigga in a sense.
And he our age. We my age.
And he my age.
Let me double check.
I mean, niggas is close in age. He's around.
Yeah, we only a year apart. He's an Aries too, like, which I think is dope. I can relate.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
definitely got to shout you.
No, because he was born in '91.
He was born 91.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I gotta shout you out for putting me on because I really didn't know who he was. But
I'm glad I can
fucking
do
with
this
I'm
shit.
obsessing. I'm mad I missed the concert in March.
Bro,
That's like right before
COVID,
you
yeah.
know.
I'm not gonna lie. This nigga Larry June makes lifestyle music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
This
he
nigga
really
make me
does.
want to get fly, put my jewelry
Go get a
on.
smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, eat healthy, bitch.
Live my best life, you know?
Yeah, get you a
You got
smooth.
some positive music.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that nigga Larry June, man. Orange Season. It's 7 tracks, 21 minutes.
It's too short.
It's too short, but it's enough. Yeah, it's enough. But he did one of those exclusive releases on this website called Crate. I don't even have a record player, but I bought the vinyl and all that shit, my nigga, just cause I love the shit that
dope.
much. Yeah, the cover dope, bro. So
Yep.
you know what I mean? You're gonna have to put a picture of the cover on the video too, just to show. But shout out Larry June, man. So yeah, I've been spinning that, and I also want to mention before we move from music, this nigga Cash Talk. He from Zone 3.
Okay.
My man, shout out to my nigga Fresh, my brother. I love you, nigga. Shout out my nigga G for putting me on this shit this week, actually. Nigga named Cash Talk.
The
Man,
Atlanta
It
nigga.
sound familiar.
I'm gonna send it to both of y'all right now.
Okay.
And the tape is called Ghetto Children. It dropped 2020. I don't know when in 2020, but
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely do some research on him front to back. He honestly sound like he's an Atlanta nigga. Like, it's catchy bars. It's not the most lyrical shit, but he could rap for sure.
Right.
Like, he could rap. He got that nigga Lil Keed on this motherfucker. That's the only feature he ain't really got. He got 2 features on here, but Lil Keed on here. 12 songs, 33 minutes. My favorite song on there probably Hold On and Church in the Streets and Fear No Man, but it's really no
I'm
skip.
gonna check it out, you know what I'm saying? The fact that you said 2 features out of 12 songs,
Yeah.
that feels like it gives me the chance to
It do.
really know
I know this
artist
nigga.
and really hear him out.
I know this nigga. I know him.
Wow.
Shout out to Cash Talk, man, young nigga. I see you. And he up and coming. He got like 33,000 followers on IG. So this
he
nigga,
new.
this nigga's new. So you know you getting that raw, label ain't touched them type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check out that nigga Cash Talk. But that, and I've been still spending Dave East a little bit, fitting him in where I can get in. And
Yeah.
other than that, I've just been listening to old shit and more Larry June.
AB's production is trash.
Karma 3 is okay, but
Bottom tier.
Dave,
I feel like
let's switch it up, bro. I want you to win, my nigga.
That
I want you to
production
win.
is Boo-boo.
I don't think all of it is bad, you know.
I like a few songs.
But he could do better.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, if
I would like to
I was
see
in
him
a
on
project. I might like the production on half of it, other half is just like,
I would like to see him on an Alchemist beat, a Derringer beat. You feel me?
a
Like,
nigga can rap.
for sure.
He can rap.
For sure.
I fuck with him. I've been fucking with him since Kyrie Chanel, the first one.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like that
Yeah.
one too. Restaurant I do want to mention that I checked out last weekend that y'all should check out if you haven't checked out, Beetle Cat. I think you've been to Beetle Cat?
I haven't been, but I've been hearing a lot of good
You
things
like
about
oysters,
it.
my
It's a
nigga?
seafood spot, right?
Yeah, so they got brunch and they got dinner. The
Yeah.
brunch, they
I've
had
never
these.
been for brunch.
Nigga, the brunch spot, they got, you like donuts, yeah, nigga, they got the little donut motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The drinks was not necessarily, my cup of tea is more geared towards women in my opinion, like they're lighter drinks. They're lighter drinks, but they got a good selection, like some light stuff to try.
Margaritas and mimosas. Nothing
They,
For brunch.
their mimosas
No, I don't
good.
drink anything fruity.
Oh,
Their mimosa is good.
Okay.
Their mimosa is good, but food was great. You know what I mean? They lobster roll is top 2 in the city that I.
Where's this place at?
I think it's in 4th Ward,
Okay.
over there by what road is that? Over there, not too far from like Boulevard and all that.
Okay.
Where over
Alright.
there, it's right across the street from Soto Soto.
Okay.
So yeah, check them out. I didn't get to try their oysters, but fuck, I might go back today to get them oysters. I love some oysters, and they got like different types of oysters. They got like a whole oyster menu, so I'm gonna check them out. Definitely want to shout them out, but yeah, man. Shit. What's been going on in the news this week? Oh yeah, Cardi and Offset. Look like Cardi has filed for divorce against Offset, man. I personally don't know what triggered it. I don't know if anybody does. I think it's all speculation that Offset cheated again, but y'all got any thoughts on that, man? Like,
you know, well, when the news broke, you know, I don't really get into all the celebrity gossip and all that type of shit, you know, because I don't know these people in real life. I don't know what the fuck really happened.
Facts.
But, you know what I'm saying, all I see is all of these people taking shots at Offset saying, yeah, she deserved to leave that nigga, he a piece of shit, like blah, blah, blah,
don't even
blah.
know the story.
Like,
bro, y'all folks don't even know what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know no reason behind it, so
Pause. The funniest thing I done saw though is they got a post out that was like, don't worry about it, Offset, there's only one Rashida in the world. And I hate the internet, but I love the internet, dog.
Man, they gotta let them people live.
You gonna be alright, Offset. I mean, players fuck up too. I don't know what transpired, but I wish you both the best.
So this is another post I saw in relation to that shit, right? It said, Cardi could get another Offset, but Offset can't get another Cardi. What y'all think about that shit?
What
in terms of her status, you know what I'm saying? Like her career, where she's at, you know what I'm saying? And versus where he's at.
Wait a minute now.
I disagree.
Okay, let's be clear. I'm a Migos fan. I used to fuck with the Migos, so I get it, they popping now. But Migos got run.
They are still the hottest band.
Yeah, like Migos still the Migos. Like
they still probably sell out a show.
Yeah, they still got a fan base, so I don't think that's fair to say because Cardi B kind of.
He helped her in a sense, if we want to be honest.
We don't. Yeah.
I'm not gonna attribute all her success to Offset. She made a lane for herself.
They help each other, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like,
I think so. Yes, they both transcended to a broader audience when they started fucking with each other and collaborating.
He got more into the fashion end with her. I feel like her music improved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of came out of that. I think he was able to help her come out of that very New York sound. Mm-hmm. When she first started, she was very, very New York. He made her a little bit more relatable across the board
and marketable to a broader audience.
I think
it was mutually beneficial.
I think you got two young people that were truly in love with each other. They didn't
work out.
I mean,
and who's to say they done for good?
Right.
Because she loved the shit out that nigga.
My whole take on it is this: we never heard about anything with Cardi in the blogs. We ain't never heard about Cardi sleeping around nothing like that. We all know Cardi got a flip mouth, whatever the case may be. With Offset, it becomes a point, I'm thinking from a woman's perspective. How many times you gonna make me defend our marriage to the public? How many times you gonna put our business in the streets? Because let's be clear, women get cheated on a lot. We get past it behind the scenes. But when you keep putting it for the public, like that woman had to go on her IG live and she said, I know he keep cheating on me, but I love him. No woman wants to have to do that.
She don't gotta do that.
She don't have to do it, but
she don't have to do it in a relationship.
Yeah, but it's like when you keep embarrassing someone publicly, I think it becomes a point where it's like, okay, at some point I gotta look like a strong woman. I kind of feel like you start to put their back against the wall. Like I really feel like that's why Beyonce and Jay-Z came off the scene. After all that drama circulated their relationship, they don't do none of that no more. Because you don't. I'm good.
Okay.
But I think for Cardi, like we said, we don't know if she really gonna divorce him. Mm-hmm. But I think she is reaching the point where it's like, I'm tired of publicly defending my marriage. Yeah, like it gets embarrassing. Yeah. It gets very embarrassing. And no, she doesn't have to do it. But again, she's my age. She's actually younger than me. Right. I couldn't imagine all of that attention. I think we forget that. Yeah, like I couldn't imagine all that attention. I think, married at this age anyway is difficult. So that on top of it, I couldn't imagine.
I don't think it's nothing. Like I've been seeing a lot of people ridicule and eat both of them. Honestly, more so Offset than Cardi. But bro, they tried for whatever reasons, because we still don't know her reason for filing divorce. Right. Excuse me. It didn't work out, and they going their separate ways.
But the reasons we see often.
Yeah. It looks like it's attributed to infidelity on Offset part, but
I mean, let's not forget Cardi got on that stage at one point and was like, I turned Offset on. I told Offset I'm getting a divorce, whatever that little video clip was. You remember she did that on stage. Like people are emotional. Mm-hmm. They gonna do things out of emotion.
Even famous people.
Even famous people, they are still
Sometimes
people.
that shit come out, you know.
That's real. That's real. Goddamn. It's sad to me just because
I
I'm
hate
child
to see.
involved.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
You know what I mean? That's a beautiful baby girl. She looked just like Offset eyes, and
I think she like a blend of both of them.
yeah, I can see both. I can see both. I see, of course, Cardi color on Offset. Pretty
Yeah.
much. But man, I wish them the best, and I hope they process it. They decide to go through the divorce process is smooth and no further damage is done.
Right.
And they can co-parent in peace. Honestly, that's what I hope for. I really don't be giving a fuck about shit like
Me
that.
neither. I don't want nobody.
I mean,
to
for sake of the podcast, and it sparks good conversations we need to have amongst our peers and amongst one another. So, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about it, bro.
Yep, hope they work it out. I'm pro black love.
For you niggas talking like y'all know what the fuck
Good
going
luck,
on,
guys.
y'all was never there. Like y'all not in these folks' house. You know?
And that's another thing I did want to touch on is like, it's all this shit talking about, you know, he cheated, and she's probably said that like you mentioned. But if I'm in their position, you know what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck what's in the blog, what the rumors are. I ain't confirming shit. You wanted
that's how
you wanted in the bedroom with me when I was cheating.
Same.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So you don't really fucking know.
Same.
But
I no comment. I plead the fifth. Even if they had hardcore evidence, like, man, I'm still a human. I'm just a famous human. Like,
you don't gotta explain
I
yourself to
live my life
nobody.
like that.
yeah, nah,
You know what
me
I'm
neither.
saying?
I'll
Like-
probably be done flashed out.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably be done flashed out.
And that's why, you know, like,
I totally understand why celebrities put their hands on paparazzi.
agree.
For sure.
I totally understand.
And that's why a lot of people
Bitch,
don't
you
want
don't
the
get that
fame.
light
you
out.
know?
not the day, like not the fucking day. No.
That's why a lot of people, they don't want the fame. They want money, but not the fame. Because
Right.
that shit's a motherfucker.
It's me. I'm people.
I'm definitely
For real.
That's a
But
fact.
so yeah, man, moving along, man. Football back. Shout out to the Saints, man. Who that?
bad.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my boys. We got the dub over Brady and them last Sunday, and bitches don't want to talk about it. Bitches was all in my DM before the season. Oh boy, Tom coming to the NFC South. What y'all gonna do? Bitch, we gonna do what we done. We gonna do what we done. We gonna win more, my nigga. So off that, I said all that to say, my nigga, how y'all feel about football being back?
Oh man, I'm loving it. You know, as far as what team I'm supporting this year, you know, I always cheer for the home team. You know what I'm saying? So I wish the Falcons well.
But
Hope
you
they have
not
the
want to
best
be a
season
Saints
possible.
fan?
Don't
But
get
you-
invested.
No,
Okay.
my family not from here, so I really don't have no ties to the team.
I was gonna submit you a waiver if you wanna.
I'm good, brother. Appreciate it. But I will say that, to be honest, I hope the Falcons have a good season. But I'm cheering for all the players on my fantasy football team because I got money in that motherfucker.
That's 100. Love fantasy football back. Love
I think
that.
I got y'all tight end on my team.
Who that? My tight end. Okay,
Yeah.
which Cook?
Mm-hmm.
Say less. He man, I ain't gonna lie. He good for a drop here and there, but he gonna do numbers.
Yep.
He gonna do numbers. You happy about football being back, Bree?
Absolutely. I missed the game on Sunday though, the Saints game.
That's sad.
Wait,
you gonna
you
watch
a
the
Saints fan too?
I
Why?
am.
Why?
I've actually been a Saints fan for a long time.
Why are y'all Saints fans?
Reggie Bush. I started with Reggie Bush.
Same for me.
My brother
honestly,
was
bro.
like crazy about Reggie Bush. At that time,
Yeah.
he was in college and all that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Became a fan with him. He went to the Saints, and I fell in love with Breeze.
Okay.
Stuck with Breeze, and now it's Alvin Kamara. I love Alvin Kamara.
Hey K, if you
Yeah.
happen to come
I
across
love him
this,
as a player.
He from here too.
She wanna have your babies.
I fuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey K,
That's
fuck
he
with
a
him.
dog. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Hey K, shout out to Alvin Kamara. Went to right up North Cross High School, not too far from where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, she wanna have your babies, my nigga. So if you see
Relax.
this, she wanna have your
Relax.
babies. I do have a son.
Right.
Hey, no. Hey, no,
real shit.
Hey, this my chance.
Don't tell me on camera.
This my chance. Hey, I do have a son, so if y'all link up, just, we would like to come to a game.
Feel
or
like
two.
we're his own business.
No, but I'm just saying, if I can, shameless plug. You know,
Hey, man.
shameless plug. Nah, but
Hey,
nah, just going back to how I fell in love with the Saints. I was in love with Reggie Bush in college. I really wasn't an NFL fan at the time, but I was in love with Reggie Bush.
really?
Yeah,
I grew up in an
fan.
NFL household.
Yeah, college was
My
always more
dad is a
exciting.
die-hard Cowboys. My mom is die-hard Eagles.
Yeah.
So we've
Oh,
always,
yeah, you had some conflict in that.
yeah,
bitch.
we've always, it's been football has been my
There's some
entire life.
conflict in that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but So I was in love with Reggie Bush. Saints
Yeah.
drafted him. I think that was in the midst of the Falcons transitioning from Mike Vick, and he went to prison.
Right.
So I started watching him just because I'm a Reggie Bush fan. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga Drew Brees ain't bad either.
Right.
Vic was gone. Fuck it. You know what I mean? The Saints my new team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
No, that makes sense. I respect that. You know, for me, I didn't really grow up super into football, and that's just because my dad, he was never into football like that. He was always a basketball person. You know what I'm saying? So me being from Chicago, you know, we were huge Bulls fans. You know what I'm saying? Even after Mike's career, you know, I'm always watching Shaq and Kobe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Watching the Celtics squads and all that, watching KG growing up.
Right.
I was never really into football probably until about high school. You know, so at that point it's just like, you know, all right, well I live in Atlanta now, so let me cheer for the home team, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I'll probably say that's about it.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I kind of attach myself to players more than teams.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. And it's easy to do. It's easy to do, you know what I mean? Again, that's how I ended up a Saints fan. So, like, Drew Brees is, of course, my favorite quarterback, but also Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback. I mean, my second favorite quarterback, excuse me. Didn't mean my favorite, but, you know, and I like Cam. I root for other players still, especially not when they're not playing the Saints. But I did want to ask y'all, how did y'all feel? I know you say you missed the game Sunday, but every commercial and pregame and whatnot was targeted towards depicting and conveying the NFL stance against racism now. And I wanted to know how y'all feel about that.
So I
man,
did
like
see
their
the
approach.
Falcons game, so I did see some of that, and I think it's all empty bullshit.
Empty bullshit.
If we're being
Keep
real.
going.
I just think it's what most huge platforms do. When it's convenient for them, they support what's trending to keep their views
So it's all
up.
fake.
It's all politics.
I agree, 100%. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you know, the reason the NFL is doing what they're doing, and even the NBA to a certain extent, although the NBA I think is more honest.
I believe the NBA more so than
NBA is more honest. But all of that shit has sparked, you know, from all the, you know, police shootings and, you know, crimes against black people that have taken place over the course of the pandemic. You know, starting off really with Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, you know, Breonna Taylor, you know, Elijah, all that up until this point. But when Colin was talking about this shit a couple years ago, y'all weren't trying to hear that shit.
Y'all was talking
you know
about
what I'm
that
saying?
bitch ass flag.
Exactly. So that alone, you know, proves Bree's point that this shit is really for
real
publicity.
So I think you know, I hadn't spit my thoughts on it, but I think we all in agreement that it seemed very fake, very ingenuine. One, Cap still ain't playing football, which granted I don't know the behind the scenes on whether or not I think he still wants to play, but the fact of the matter is Cap should still be playing football if he desires so, and he's not.
And to speak on that, I agree. If he wanted to play, he should be playing. But, bro, let's be straight up. Cap knew what it was. He knew he was putting himself to be in a situation almost as a martyr.
You think he knew?
Look, that nigga knew he was putting his career on the line back then.
You think
by
he
doing that shit?
You think he knew
it's your
that?
job, and you know how it works. You know what it is. You know what I mean? You know what risk you take when you choose to do the right thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like he went into his situation knowing he might very well never play in the NFL again.
Because you're considered a liability at this point.
Dog.
And they don't want the negative publicity
Right.
from, you know, their white, conservative, you know, largely racist fan base.
Washington right now. Nobody wants to touch anything that can make
That's so frustrating now. What the fuck is the Washington football team, my nigga? Y'all couldn't think of shit. Y'all could have been the Washington Badgers for all I
But
give
my
a
whole
fuck.
thing is all this time being the fucking Redskins.
Which
Stand
granted,
in your shit.
I think the move was so that them trying to correct that, but at the same time, it's like, y'all don't have no nickname, my nigga.
They could have been picked something else.
They could have been picked something else.
They could have been picked.
Again,
It ain't
they
that
put
hard.
it down when it's convenient for them, and y'all couldn't put all y'all brains together to figure it out.
And that's sad. That's sad. I'm glad I'm not a Redskins fan.
But I support what they did though.
Yeah, I support them removing it,
You know?
which I hate that it had to be like, it almost seems like people had to really force their feet to the fire to do it, but I'm glad it got done.
I think I'm just annoyed that you didn't even have a plan B. Like y'all really don't have another name. That never crossed our mind to having something.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in regards to campaign against racism seems very fake. I like to see it just because it brings awareness, because the NFL has such a big platform. But man, I feel like it's a slap in the face to Collins' movement. Yeah. And honestly, I don't fuck them commercials, my nigga. Let me see you take a stance, and the rich owners, y'all put some of y'all muscle and resources behind the betterment of black people and people of color's plight.
Put your money where your actions where
you feel me? Fuck them commercials.
People don't want to see, ads and YouTube videos about how y'all niggas care. If you care, show you care. Like for instance, one of our all-time favorite QBs, Peyton Manning, right? Mm-hmm. He's actually been a pretty big advocate for, I guess you could say, deserving communities or, people of color, different type of things like that. He put a scholarship in place for 6 HBCUs, you know what I'm saying?
And I've never heard of it. That's crazy.
Exactly, he been doing shit like that.
But we see him every day on the little Nationwide commercials, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
The point is, you know what I'm saying, he's doing shit for the people, you know what I'm saying? He ain't making, YouTube videos and ads about the shit, you know what I'm saying? He's, doing his real thing. So
man. And that's what I want to see. I don't give a damn if I don't see not one more commercial. I like how the players are letting their voices be heard, and they're the ones pretty much quarterbacking what they want to depict and what they want attention to be brought to. But the NFL, man, fuck you, Goodell, because I think you racist, period, anyway.
To be honest,
the NFL just, the organization participates in racism. The NFL is made up of 75 to 80% of black players. Without us, it wouldn't be no motherfucking NFL. Like, let's really understand that D1 college football didn't desegregate until they saw that the HBCUs was the ones getting all the draft picks and with all the motherfucking talent. And one school, I forget who's the first school to do it, but they were allowing minorities and black people to come to their colleges and play football. And I know the southern schools, the Georgias, the Alabamas and shit, they didn't desegregate till they saw they couldn't keep up with the other schools up north and like the Michigans and whatnot. They didn't desegregate till they see they couldn't compete with them because they needed our black ass. Of course. And so it just confirms what we already know, that y'all don't give a damn about the players. Y'all just give a damn about bottom line. And it's sad because we just asking for basic human rights.
How many black GMs is it?
1 or 2. It's like 1 or 2, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's more qualified people that are black that could be GMs.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And that's what we mean. Fuck these commercials. Make sure we get some more black GMs. Give these black head coaches a fair chance. Why is
they get criticized?
I forget what's the old black coach for Detroit name?
I don't even remember.
We finna look it up right now because he deserved that. Anyway, the old black coach for the Detroit Lions, he got damn, who is this? Fuck, I'm trying to find his name real quick. So basically, the old black coach, he had like a 9-7 record or something in 1 year. Lost his job. He was
for a 9-7 record.
Yep. He was replaced by Matt Patricia, right? Yeah. Matt Patricia is currently 9-23. If that ain't racism, I don't know what it is.
It is racism.
I think his name is Caldwell. Jim Caldwell lost his job after having a 9-7 season on a Detroit team. Detroit has never been good in my lifetime. That's why Barry retired. You know what I'm saying?
That's why one of the NFL greats, Calvin Johnson, probably left too.
For sure.
My little brother got a scholarship for him going to college.
So, bro,
that's dope.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
It was real dope. He's another one that do stuff like that. Real dope experience. Took him for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Met him, meet people, did drills. They had a whole little ceremony.
That's cool as fuck.
That's dope. But yeah, my thing is the shit seemed fake. Put some boots on the ground and let's make something happen. Come to the table with these guys and understand what we need to make the league more fair and really take a stance against racism by correcting some of the issues within your own organization. Like if you say you care about the players.
As a matter of fact, while we're on the topic and I'm in the room with 2 Saints fans,
talk to me.
Your quarterback, Drew Brees, you know, he had a little controversy with his words in regarding to the, you know, the protests and kind of the racial relations in the country right now.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think about that?
I was
You know?
disappointed.
I know it ain't new, but
Man, so
I
to
just
speak
don't-
on that, since we talking about putting your actions and, you know what I'm saying, your money where your mouth is, he couldn't even put his words where his mouth was.
go ahead, Bree.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I was. I can't defend it. I really don't have.
And this is
I mean,
still your quarterback?
he is who
So-
he is.
This is still your quarterback?
So,
But that's why Alvin Kamara is my favorite player. Let's put that on the record.
so for me, I think, you know, Breeze is Saints fan, but I think I'm the more vocal Saints fan of us two.
Yeah.
It hurt me though. I ain't gonna lie. Like that shit, damn, it brought me to tears just cause it happened. The comments came out in the midst of everything. George Floyd had just got killed. You know what I mean? Racial tensions in the country was very high. As a black man, I was hurting. Like I was hurting, bro, for real. But when he said that, it's like, damn it, Drew, why you just didn't shut the fuck up if you don't know what the fuck he was talking about? And it showed me how disconnected he truly was, even though he is active in New Orleans community. He does donate and whatnot. I think he needs to take it. That made me realize he probably need to take a step back and see what causes he's really donating towards.
Yeah.
But as far as how can I move on with him as my quarterback, it took some time, and I hadn't fully forgiven him. I gotta see continue. Like I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And he one of my favorite football players ever in life. And honestly, I gotta see action. Like I gotta see him speak out against shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which he's put his boots on the ground. And recently, Emmanuel Sanders was telling reporters like, man, I done seen that man cry while giving an apology to us in the locker room. In which, granted, call me what you want. You know, I could be a little naive at times, but I don't think he meant to hurt anyone. And I think it was ignorance just because, bro, Drew Brees is a multi-million-dollar white man.
Right.
I mean, which granted, he played football with niggas, but you think he really hang out with
I was
niggas
just
outside of
about to say
football?
that. I think for me, I'm someone who I can love someone as a artist, as an athlete, whatever, but people are still gonna be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he get on the field with the black men and all that stuff, but he's still a white man.
Yeah,
He is still who he is.
yeah.
And when he
Yeah.
go home, that's who he is. So
Yeah.
it doesn't, like, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go out there and say, oh, he's racist or anything like that. But he is who he is.
No, y'all right. Y'all both right.
Do I think he's racist? No.
No.
Is he ignorant to the issues of racism? Yes. But I think he is taking the steps to educate himself, and I do believe that he was truly sorry for what he said. And bro, we here to love one another. Like, Drew hadn't showed me nothing to where I feel like he hates me or people that look like me. So I'm gonna forgive him and give him some grace,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take time for me to heal from it for sure.
No,
And-
that makes sense.
and I'm not gonna make it easy for him to just be accepted as an ally at this point.
Right.
He gotta prove to me he an ally.
No, that makes perfect sense. And at no point in time did I really think he was racist.
Mhm.
It was more so I was shocked because although I know, you know, this is just a job to him, first off, you really didn't have to say nothing about it.
Right.
But the second thing is like, yeah, it is just a job, and at the end of the day, he's white, and he doesn't understand our struggles and the shit we go through. But also, my nigga, you spend how much time with all these black people?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
You
and,
see
and
these
Drew got a
people
little
working-
swag about himself.
You know
for real.
what I'm saying?
Like, it's almost like you can see the way Drew moves.
That's true. And I think it also ties into you growing up where you grew up and me growing up where I grew up. I went from the east side to Gwinnett. And when going to Gwinnett, it was a culture shock. But I learned very quickly that people are going to be who they are. So I'm someone who's never had a white friend. I'm never
And see,
I'm
I
never
have.
shocked. I'm never
Right.
shocked, honestly. Like, you could be the coolest person in my class for 4 or 5 years. I don't care. And nothing you do will shock me when you step into that other side.
When
And
you
I-
show me you
Yeah.
still a white person.
People are who they are.
Yeah, and that's just how
Yeah.
I am. That's how I've always been. Even at Georgia Southern, I've never had. I know some white people real cool, but like at my house, kicking it, no, I ain't never had no white friend.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees probably ain't never really had black
And
friends.
that's what I mean by it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
fact
Outside
that you
of
were,
football,
Yeah.
the
bro.
fact that you were willing to make that comment without even
Thinking twice. It was
thinking twice, to me, that just rubs me the wrong way.
And-
I'm just
and
like,
He is who he is, though.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. With his comment about how he'll never agree with anyone disrespecting the flag and how his grandfathers fought in the Civil War. That goes to show you that a lot of white people are afraid to take a step back and really look at this country for what it really is, as opposed to what they've been taught it is, or what they like to portray this country is. This country ain't nothing what they say they is and what they keep to the rest of the outside.
Not to us.
And
Not
then
to people of color.
it also goes to show you that we live in two different Americas, as black men and as a white man.
Man, listen, you do. Like, it's two different Americas.
Like, I know y'all seen that post the other day. Lauren, hold on, let me go to LeBron James' page. Hold on. I don't even know who the bitch is, but King James. So Lauren, her name is Lori Loughlin. Will get to serve her 2-month sentence in
Friends, ain't it?
She get to pick the prison she gonna go to. Like, who does that?
That's one of the parents over the kids where they were
It was like some college admission.
Yeah, college, they was paying.
Okay, that's who I thought it was.
Like that, yeah.
That's who I thought it was. But you got like, I got a friend, her dad in federal prison right now on a conspiracy charge. He asked to stay close to Valdosta, you know what I mean, so his family can come see him. Guess where they shipped him to?
Where?
Fucking Miami. I mean, it's like eight hours from Val, to my knowledge, or something. You know what I mean? So that just go to show you, dog.
How the fuck you pick your own prison, bro?
White
That's
privilege.
crazy. That's crazy. as fuck.
White privilege.
And,
White privilege.
you know, just to make a point about white privilege, you got black people going to jail for lying about the school district, you know what I'm saying, to send their kids to better schools.
Right.
For years.
Right.
I was part of that. Yeah, like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I know plenty of people who've been through that.
That shit's sad, bro.
My mom moved to avoid going through that.
Yeah, that shit's sad, bro. I think it's kind of fitting that we tie into something that we all have went through, that we get into something we all have went through. You know, all three of us have worked in corporate America or currently work in corporate America. Code switching.
Ooh.
Y'all, I think both of y'all familiar with the term. You know what I mean? We can't get them folks, the powers that be that give us these jobs. I know me, the companies I work for, they've been ran by predominantly white men. I was fortunate enough to, you know, I got to see a black VP while I was working for the railroad, and that was almost like seeing a yellow zebra, my nigga.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate in that, right? But I couldn't all the way be my black ass self at work ever in corporate America, and I've known that, like, in certain settings, like, it's been understood since long as I can remember, like, okay, certain shit you can't do because although you don't mean no harm, you just being yourself, these white folks gonna look at it crazy and they gonna judge you and they gonna treat you like a nigga.
I understand it from white and black.
And it's sad because yes, like, what's your experience with it and how you feel about it, Bree?
I've experienced both ends. I worked for housing at Georgia Southern, so you know what that environment is like.
Good old
I was
Statesboro.
definitely, I had a good, she was on my back real hard in comparison to a few others. But I know, you know, tattoos on my neck. I am who I am. And then back then, I think, well, I was wearing braids, weaves, all type of stuff. Like, I'm always going to be who I am. But I did, once I toned it down, she liked me a little bit more. I got a little bit more hours and stuff like that.
Right.
And I noticed things like that. And when I would go back to what I want to look like especially during like breaks, you know, we'll still go to work.
Right.
You know, back to my normal little habitat. Less hours on my back.
You notice a definite pattern. Did said woman ever like say anything that lets you know like, oh, this what this is, or it was just her actions more so?
I got one of those. Oh, you changed your hair again? I see. I got one of those.
Yeah, a little sideways shit. Okay.
Like, girl, I really
and those are the
did
same
much.
comments white folks made.
No, she was white.
Oh, this lady.
This one was
Okay.
white.
Okay.
The black one was actually worse. This was when I graduated.
Worse. Oh shit.
Because I went through it was a few situations. I remember once I was one of the youngest actually in the office. They were all HBCUs, law school, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Very, very successful. Loved it. I was like, I'm about to be in an environment around people who are going to inspire me to be better. I had my boss at the time made a comment. I was like, oh, I got my bill for like student loans. I got to pay back this much. Oh, I hate it. He's like, oh, shouldn't have took 5 years to get out of college then. Like little comments like that. And it's like, okay, you Harvard nigga, like, woo, like they do shit like that. Or the tattoos and, oh, you know, you don't wear collar shirts, make sure you cover it up. And it's like, bitch.
Yeah, that's
y'all outside of here. I know y'all hoes be at Oak and everything turned up and all type of shit. Don't act like you above.
Yeah. That's a real problem in the black community. It's like classism and elitism within black people. You know what I'm saying?
Because I run into y'all at the club
and
you ain't who, you know what I mean? Everybody got who that.
Man,
the difference is I don't put on a full suit to cover up who I am when I come to work. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my professional clothing. I cut back on the tattoos and stuff like that. I took my nose ring out, but I'm not gonna completely change who I am. I'm not gonna go there with pink hair, even though I feel like I should be able to go to work with pink hair because I can still do my job the same way. And I was damn good about my job. Yeah. But yeah, they definitely treated me differently because they were, you know, nicely buttoned up and talking proper and all those type of things. And I don't feel like you have to conform to a certain look to be considered professional. I don't believe in that. I do think there's a such thing as good customer service and bad customer service, and there are certain rules you have to meet. But I don't think you have to be white to be professional.
I feel you.
But yeah, definitely working in that culture, it was not what I expected. It was probably worse in my opinion.
Word. And you know, I just want to jump in because I have a lot of tattoos, and when I graduated college, you know what I mean, I had tattoos, but I made sure they stopped at my elbows. For the most part, I could cover them up. Went to the railroad. I had a pretty much like a vice president. He had, I was in a meeting with him one day. He got his sleeves rolled up. I see he got full sleeves, and then I'm getting acclimated to working for the railroad and seeing it's not really corporate America. Like I'm in the trenches more so. Like I'm on the railroad, my nigga. So I said, fuck it, nigga. That's when I decided to get sleeves while I was living in Ohio. Then I left Ohio and I got back on the job search. You know what I mean? I go to interviews. I just put on long sleeves. You know, it's nothing, but it's always in the back of my mind. Like, damn. Like I wonder when I could bust out the short sleeves and show I got tattoos, because it's like a lot of people still look at you funny. Which granted, I don't have any gang related tattoos or anything. Well, not per se. I got some that could be looked at that way, but I don't have any gang tattoos or really racist or explicit anything. But it'll still be looked at funny. Like, and I noticed like I'm already a larger, more muscular guy, so they already intimidated by me, and then I'm intelligent. Let me bust. I bust out these tattoos. Like a lot of people, when they see my tattoos, first thing they ask me, "You was in the military?" Nope.
And I think
you feel me.
My dad was in the military. My dad was in the Navy. You know, I got one tattoo.
You feel me?
I feel like people see things like tattoos or piercings or certain physical aspects. Yeah. And then be too quick to judge somebody.
Way too quick.
It don't got shit to do with how professional you are, how smart you are, how well you do the job. None of that shit.
I think a lot of these countries would run a lot better if they stop picking candidates based off that superficial shit.
I'm the same professional person like this or in a suit.
Yeah, like bitch, I sent a professional email with the best of them. I could talk.
With one eye open, I be half asleep.
I can have conversations with a lot of different VPs and higher ups. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people really enjoy working with me. I'm a very personable person, but that's not really weighted. You know what I'm saying? And I said all that to say I too have had a lot of experience with having to tone down who I really am. Like. As a black man, I do believe in professionalism, but even going back to the railroad, when I left college, I had dreads damn near down to my waist. A black woman told me, my director, she told me, if you want to advance in this company, you gonna have to cut them dreads. And I'll never forget that. That was in 2013.
That's how
shouldn't be like that.
You know what I mean? And it's sad because she told me that, which she had good intentions, because I mean she was just a director. She had white people
black,
that she was reporting to. But it's sad that that's still the mentality. Like locks are beautiful, bro. Like your hairstyle shouldn't matter. I mean, long as it doesn't smell or it's not impeding on.
You know what I'm saying?
And Pretty Boy Rob had them dreads neat.
Yeah, my shit was some of the neatest people I had ever seen. Like I always got compliments on that, but. Yeah, it's just a shame, man. And I did all that, and my career at the railroad still didn't go.
That's how I feel. You see where I'm at now in life. That's how I feel. I was just about to say, I went back and forth between my shortcut and sew-ins because I got these. I was like 16, 17, so I was just getting started with working.
Right.
But the older I got, like certain people, you have to cover those up, and you get tired.
Your shit real subtle. Your shit real subtle, like, and it's sad.
But that was okay. I just put some hair on because I'm not gonna wear turtlenecks all year round. I don't think it's fair, but it is what it is.
Wearing tattoo makeup and whatnot.
I think it also depends on the region you went to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people in the South,
Like out in Cali, it wouldn't be the same. Yeah, for
man,
sure.
I got
The
the
Bible
people out
Belt.
in Cali, you know what I'm saying? They be like, won't even have no dress code at work.
Yeah.
Everybody be tatted up, wearing sneakers.
People get better when they
joggers.
can be who they are.
Yes, bro, and the area out of San Francisco, what is it called? The what do they call something Valley?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Everybody I talk to that works out there, they say shit so laxed and
It's a different
whatnot.
culture.
They probably got low turnover.
They love their jobs though.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's bullshit, and it mostly applies to black people.
it does.
And that's why I hate it, which is fun because we joke about it, but at the same time, it's sad, bro. Like, imagine how much more better employees we could
I'll
be.
never go back to that.
You'll never go back to corporate America?
I'll go back, but you're gonna take me as I am. Now, one thing I can meet you in the middle with is my hair color.
Yeah.
I can meet you in the middle with my hair color.
Because that can be distracting,
Yeah.
even though
I know.
if you here to do business, it should
In the
distract you.
position I used to work in, I need you
People
to take me
facing-
serious. You know what I
people
mean?
facing, yeah.
I was on the front line, so I need you to take me serious.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm not gonna suppress who I am
Right. You shouldn't have to.
to work for
Shouldn't
people
have
who's gonna get rid of me when it's convenient for them. That's exactly what
Fact.
they did.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fucked up that a lot of times, like, laws have to change just to force people to, like, lighten up on that shit. Like, I think New York recently passed something called the Crown Act. Pretty
Yeah.
much that's, you cannot discriminate against
hair.
anybody based on their hair. So you can't
And I
fire
think that
anybody
started
about
with the
it
young
or
man with the
none of that shit.
dreads. I think they wouldn't let him into a school or graduate
Man,
his
they
time
wouldn't.
with his dreads.
Man, there was one case, I don't know, I forget where it was, but it was in one of these honky-tonk fucking states. They wouldn't let Jit come to high school if his dreads was touching his
I
shoulders.
think
He had
that's
to have
I
it,
think that's
he
what
had
I'm
to
talking
have
about.
it pinned up.
Yeah.
And they had him on like Ellen DeGeneres or
Yeah.
some shit. And you know what I mean? It's
Dude,
sad.
that's a
And
kid.
it's just discriminatory
Yo,
towards black people.
I seen this shit. It was a high school wrestling match, right? There was an article about
I remember
that.
that.
Oh yeah, I only,
Bro.
I remember that.
The ref told this nigga, you cannot participate unless you cut your dreads. It made him cut his dreads right on the spot.
Right on the spot. And
If that ain't racist, I don't know what is.
Oh, and the journey that goes into growing locks, like,
Yeah, man.
I know for him
I-
in that moment is like, is this worth it?
He had to make a crunch time decision, and it's sad to be put in
You
that
shouldn't even
situation.
have to.
Because
You know?
that ain't compromising no safety or nothing. And a lot of times they'll put certain codes in place to look like, oh, it's a safety hazard, but in reality it's just a
It's
control.
no different from a woman having
I want you to
braids,
look
Right.
like a white man, essentially.
basically.
You know
No
what I mean?
facial hair.
Yeah.
I worked where I worked at. That's how they were. They didn't want men to have beards.
Shit, me.
I believe it.
Black men telling other
Bitch,
black
I
men to
get,
shake
bitch,
their face.
bitch, I get ingrown hairs. I gotta let this shit just.
But
vibe.
my thing is a beard.
Yeah, but man,
He
beards.
not professional because he got a beard.
That's how.
And they didn't enforce it, but I did hear a couple sides of it. I see you still got that facial hair, so you got that beard. I'm like, nigga, the beard?
Dick.
Boy, that shit
If you
crazy.
can't grow one, just say that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Jay, you had anything else you want to offer on the code switching, my nigga? I know you've experienced it.
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like my personality is the same when I'm at work versus home.
Very true.
But when I'm in my home life, I'm really not professional. You know what I'm saying? So I just tighten it up, but I don't change who I really am.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's easy for me. I don't got long hair. I don't got no tattoos. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like I don't really deal with it as
my
much
tone and
as other
everything.
people do.
I got the whole customer service voice, all of that.
And see, and see,
Yeah.
I'm able to do it. Sometimes, which I hate, I do it. I get a little comfortable and I show a little bit of who I am. But I mean, which granted, a lot of times I ain't never had no boss tell me like you wild or no shit like that.
I
But
think I went wrong with that at my last job. Just showing who I am, just because
Yeah.
we went through a few administrators, and the first one wanted an environment where we can leave work, take off our
Yeah.
our professional hat and have fun. But I feel like it eventually backfired
Yeah.
because I'm not like I do take people who see me at work that know me outside of work be like, oh, what's up, and vice versa.
Right.
So I think getting comfortable, that's where I went wrong too.
yeah, you can't, especially don't never trust these crackers.
They not even
Shit,
weren't
don't
crackers.
trust these niggas.
Don't trust these niggas.
Don't trust.
Not that you work period, nah, because
I'm talking about and
they'll
women
step
that
on
bad.
you to lift themselves up every time, my nigga. But,
Yeah, I feel like it's important to remember when you go to work, these people aren't your friends.
They not
They
your
not
friends.
your motherfucking
I thought I
friend.
was working under black
which granted,
that wanted me
if-
to be great.
I know with me, like,
Nah.
it's been a couple, I made a couple friends at work, like people I worked like side by side with, but never like higher ups or superiors or no people or people that work for me.
You
Like,
can make friends at work, but
Yeah,
generally speaking,
you need to vet them very
Yeah,
good
exactly.
and keep the shit separate. Like,
Separate.
that's a fact.
yeah, but yeah, man. Moving along, let's get into some fun shit, like some dating preferences and some
Sure.
relationship type talk. So this next topic, I want to ask you guys: are dating preferences such as hair type, weight, and complexion personal preferences, or are they just problematic? Like, are they really preferences? And
I'm gonna let y'all go first because y'all have more.
Sure.
I feel like men have more to choose from than women as far as preference.
talk your shit, Jay.
All right, yeah, I'll get into it. So I feel like all of those things, although they are preferences, they can still be problematic, even if they are your preferences.
They could be both. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta kind of look into, in some cases, why is it your preference? Like if a nigga out here saying, "Oh, I only date light-skinned women" or some shit like that. My nigga, why? Why is that?
Right.
And the root cause is something
I'm judging.
problematic.
I'm judging,
Yeah.
said nigga.
Yeah, exactly. But some other things, if it's like, oh, well, I prefer somebody that can dress or that's into certain things, I mean, that's fine. But when you get to judging people for physical attributes that they don't have no control over, typically that's problematic.
Okay.
The only exception to that is I don't date outside my race.
Same. Okay, I was about to get into that when you said that.
You gotta have some black.
That's where I gotta draw the line.
You gotta have some black in there for me.
I'm
And if you
pro-black.
got black in there for me, you
I've
black.
never even.
No mixed.
No.
Yeah. See, if you got some black in there, you black.
I'm trying to think like
You know what I mean?
no, like to the point where it was like a culture shock. No,
And you wouldn't.
no, I'm not attracted to them. I was gonna get into that with the skin.
Not necessarily white guy, like a Middle Eastern guy. They still people of color. You wouldn't.
Nah, because it goes beyond skin.
Culture.
It's
Culture for
culture,
me.
life experiences,
You been to my house.
relatability.
Yeah.
Like I'm black.
Yeah.
We black.
Blackity black.
Yeah, like my mom from the hood. Like
Yeah,
we black,
yeah.
but we carry ourselves
Very well.
a certain way outside the house. But at the crib, my mom I am my mother's child, like kickback type. The way my mom cooked, like I'm still. When I went to Georgia Southern, that was my first time. Like my mom didn't cook grits and stuff like that. She from the north.
Right.
We don't eat stuff like that. So it's like
Wheat head.
yeah, like so it's
Yeah.
like certain foods I got introduced to down at Georgia Southern. To me,
Right.
from Atlanta to Georgia Southern was a culture shock. I
For
couldn't
sure.
imagine going from Atlanta to the
Nigga from Val to Georgia Southern was a culture
yeah,
shock.
like so. I need black. I need the black.
And one thing I will say is that I need black, but I'm open within the realm of blackness.
That's
You
what
know
I'm getting
saying?
to.
So,
Like,
So if
know
you
what I'm
mix,
saying?
as long as you got some black.
Well, not all mixed people
Not
really
all,
are
yeah.
safe to me.
Yeah, because
But-
some of them don't embrace that side of the culture.
I think it's all about
Yeah.
your household. Like,
It is.
what do you like? Say, you black and white, but what is your household?
Is it ran
Because
like white
you-
household
Because you
or
can have both.
mixed or black? Yeah.
You can have both.
Are you a Drake mixed person or are you a what Nicole Richie mixed person? Like,
Which one are you?
Drake,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I get what you're saying. I'm following you. I like that.
It's
I like
different,
that. I
bro.
like that. I like that. So I get what you're saying, Jay.
But there are, like I said, going from Atlanta to Georgia Southern, I still met some black people, like a black person fed me fish and grits.
yeah.
But that's two different blacks to me, but I still like it because we still black. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
I feel like judging people or saying you have preferences as far as hair texture and like skin shade within black people, that's problematic. But I mean things like if a chick like tall niggas, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
I can't help you.
Is it
do your
really
thing,
cool?
you know?
Is it?
I don't
really
think that's
cool?
problematic.
Like I think it is just cause and not necessarily a height. I mean I get it. Like I get it. Like
Yeah.
cause at the end of the day we're animals and the way we look at relationships and building families like other animals, like who is gonna give my offspring the best chance to survive? A little 4'11" nigga or this 6'2"
Let's just
nigga?
keep it real. Who's gonna give my offspring a chance at being a professional athlete? That's something else.
Survival. Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it.
And so I think that's problematic in a sense. Height's something you cannot control, my nigga.
You can.
But bitch, your weight you can control. But when a
no,
man say
no. If both of my parents are fat, I got a fat gene.
you got a fat gene, but at the same time, can you still control it?
It's gonna take me a lot harder to control it than it is somebody that doesn't have a fat gene.
Yeah, but can I
nigga,
control
who wanna work out every motherfucking day?
Niggas that don't want to have that fat.
But that's your choice. But don't get mad when the nigga say he don't want no fat.
Well, make sure that's cool. But if I want fat when you met me and I get fat, give me a little time. I got a fat gene.
Okay, yeah,
that's fair.
Give me a little time. You see my parents?
You can have some time, as long as you actively working on it.
9 times out of 10, it really don't be when you hear a man complain about a woman gaining weight or a woman being bigger. It's because he didn't meet her that way.
Right.
It's never like a man who doesn't prefer BBWs is not gonna go after one.
Right.
So when they get this certain look and it turns into what they didn't sign up for, that's when it becomes a complaint.
I feel you.
I don't think men just go out saying, I don't want this big girl.
You do see comments, but in which I've never been one to vocalize it, I guess, because my aunties and stuff are bigger women now in their later ages.
Yeah.
But, you know, I know some beautiful big women.
Me too.
But I have been guilty of voicing my preferences on hair texture and type, but
Oh boy.
bottom line to me, my stance on it as a 29-year-old grown-ass man, if it look good on you, baby, it look good, we're going to rock out. I don't care how dark you are.
Facts. That's a fact.
As long as that ass is nice and that coon yanking and you got a nice personality, let's rock out.
Well, I'll go on record. I say I prefer brown to dark skin men.
Yeah, I do have a preference.
I do, but I have dated just about
all
every
spectrum.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't. It done been. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like this nigga though, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna date him. But I do prefer dark men. But I ain't never told a lighter tone man like, oh, I like you, but you light skin. Like I would never.
That's problematic.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Very, bitch. I don't know what I was saying. I ain't never met a woman that said, ooh, Ramo, I like you, but you a little dark for my life.
Yeah,
Like, bitch.
Bitch.
I never take it to that point, but I just have my preferences. I do, like you said, they can be problematic, but I think they become problematic when, you know, niggas voice their shit.
Yeah, but women, my only issue with preferences is that women get away with voicing their preferences a lot more than men. Like, I don't feel it though. My thing is, that ties back into how women want to be looked at as equals till we really get in the nitty gritty and details of equalness. Like, of course, human rights and basic rights, that's non-negotiable. But you act like you want to carry on like a man. Let's carry on like a man, my nigga. And so for you to be able to talk about shit like men's dick sizes, like absolutely no
Y'all talk
control
about
over it.
women's ass sizes.
We do.
I mean, we do too.
Y'all probably do worse than us though. At this point,
women are
y'all
really
more critical on one another than we are.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like y'all, as far as even when we talking colorism, I feel like nowadays, from what I see, I can only speak on what I see. I see young, ignorant niggas like teenagers doing shit that is colorist, but I more so see it prevalent within women, within black women. That's what I see. But then again, my niggas, we don't move like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I see both.
You still,
men and women.
You see niggas our age, I like her, but
y'all
niggas stupid.
The older I get, not so much. I've been told the whole, I prefer women with hair. I've gotten that.
Right.
Like that's
y'all niggas don't be liking women for real, cause me and my nigga, if it look good, it look fucking good.
Hey, what Ray Sherman say? I don't got no type.
I ain't got no type. Bad bitches. I ain't know for real.
No,
I have got that though.
look
I
good.
don't Rob like messages dudes to say, I like that better on you, but that's cool though. But I like that look better.
Yeah, nobody ask you.
Yeah,
But it's crazy because she wears her cut better than most women that I've seen wear a short cut.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime she posts, she go viral about her hair. Like, so,
Yeah.
I mean, which is fair.
That's okay. You like what you like.
But you know before you ask for her number though.
Right.
Don't ask for my dog.
Like I've had niggas like on the low really be like So you don't get sew-ins and stuff like that or anything like that? I'm like, nah, nigga, like, this shit barely get combed.
And I do want to mention, a lot of these preferences and shit is tied to shit that white people have projected on us to make themselves, again, seem like the superior race. Long hair, certain textures, lighter skinned woman being...
petite, you know, and all that.
Yeah, because it's funny how back in the day, like, white women used to try to be slim as possible.
Yep.
Now they doing anything possible to get a rump like my sisters, you know what I'm saying?
Not even just the rump, the lips,
everything.
the bone structure, all that.
The bone structure,
everything.
Bro,
Hairlines, everything.
It is problematic.
Cannons.
Everything.
Listen. So this, I say all that, we say all that to say, like, this shit is problematic. You're entitled to your preferences, but I think in the sense of trying to be kind to one another, be careful how you express those preferences. And just because you prefer one thing over the other, where you go wrong, your preferences are wrong. Where you go wrong is putting down the other side as opposed to what you prefer. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy because it's funny to me, like, Nia Long has always been the apple of my eye since I was a young boy. I was 8 years old and seen Debbie jogging down the street on Friday. I've been in love with her since. Most of the women that I've been with and that are attracted to me, you know, like, I have women in different shades, but majority of them have been light skinned, you know what I'm saying? So, in which I don't give a fuck, baby. If you beautiful and you feeling around more, let's get to know one another, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on, but
I also think, even if you do have preferences, if you meet someone that you're into that is not necessarily your preference, don't push that shit.
I agree.
Yeah, if you,
I don't want to know what
because it's not flattering.
Yeah, like,
it's not flattering. I know you normally don't go for.
Yeah, I don't care though. I don't want to hear that. I can see that once you show me what your exes look.
Unsolicitedly, because it is. I will say it's a funny conversation. Like,
true.
Seeing what people normally end up with or normally.
But let me see a picture of your ex and be like, oh,
let the conversation happen naturally.
Don't tell me.
Don't get on the phone with me. Yeah, I normally don't date women with short hair, but
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Then why you push up on me? Like, I'm not gonna grow my shit out.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Nah, for real,
words. Wise woman.
Hey, wise words from a decent woman, for real. Shout out to Fantasia, but yeah, man, we gonna keep it scrolling, and something that I decided I wanted to talk about this week. When you guys are dating, you know what I mean? When y'all single, y'all dating, mingling, do you think you're cheating yourself by being single and dating one person at a time? Like,
absolutely.
So, okay, let's get into it, Bree. As a woman, a single woman, you know what I mean? You in Atlanta. Tragedy. Tragedy.
I'm ready to move on.
Why is that a tragedy?
Have you ever been a woman?
We don't talk about dating in Atlanta.
I haven't. That's why I don't understand why it's a tragedy.
Have you not seen? You go out, you see the options.
It's a pandemic. I ain't going.
Now you blind to it.
He Ray Charles too.
I mean, all right. In all seriousness, break it down for the people. You know, like, real quick.
Dating in Atlanta. First of all, everybody fucking everybody. That's just why I say you cheating yourself. We'll get back to that though.
Okay.
We are in a homosexuality is normal in Atlanta. So for a lot of men,
we could even venture to say prevalent.
Yeah, like
more prevalent than other cities that I've been to.
Let's be clear. So I'm not gonna go as far as saying half the men, but a lot of men are homosexual. So we just lost them
openly or on the down low. Right.
But the number that are open. That's a large number.
Yeah.
So that's
not even speaking to the down low niggas.
Yeah. Right.
This is just the niggas that's out with it.
Then you have. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not into careers that are not long lasting.
Right.
I don't want a scammer.
She don't want no trap.
No fast money type shit. Right.
It depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
She don't respect the scammer hustle.
I don't. Now scamming, I can't get into scamming.
Yeah.
I can't do the scamming. And then
no
you got
SBA loans.
No SBA. Shout out to the SBA boys. Man. Y'all be safe, man.
I can't get with someone. That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Then you have the snooty ones because they have good careers, good money, and all that kind of stuff. So they think they're God.
Right.
So it's hard to even relate and have a conversation. Like you can't,
they think they the perfect package.
They dating themselves, so you can't you don't even fit in with them. And then you got that little bit in between. Some are trying to get established, so they're not ready to date, or they get intimidated by women who are already what they think is established.
Right.
You keep going further, they are established, but they're already taken.
Right.
You go a little bit further, they are established, they got good money, so they got a bunch of kids. They got a bunch of drama. Like, you ain't, the pick is really small. Like,
And then you don't know if it's gonna work out. Really.
and you don't know if it's gonna work out because then you got social media and what it's like dating as a millennial.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel like that's everywhere for women, but I think in Atlanta it's like
A little tougher.
So essentially, just because it's so many variables and all this bullshit, you gotta keep your options open, look out for yourself.
facts. And because let's be real, everyone right now is afraid of going outside. So,
Yeah.
assuming that you should be exclusive with someone before it's a discussion, you're cheating yourself.
Ooh. Ooh.
You are cheating yourself. Like, that needs to be a discussion. It needs to be understood before you take that route because 9 times out of 10, you have committed to someone who has committed to others.
Yes.
And now you upset. Now you're blaming this person for playing you when essentially you put yourself there.
Yeah.
And now you done knocked off 3 other options who could have been the one if you would have just put some balance across the board. Now let's be clear.
Have you ever done that before? Have you cut off all your hoes and
Yeah.
and in
Twice.
said hoes, it could have been a better hoe.
One end up being a better hoe later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been in that. I've been both girls. Younger me, because I am real big on, I'm not having sex with multiple people. I don't want to be kissing multiple people. So I understand that. So it is, you have to figure out that balance, but let's be clear. Say I got 4 niggas. One gonna be the most consistent, but we may not be as consistent because we're both entertaining other things.
Right.
You're gonna have at least 1 or 2 that really ain't.
Right.
You text here and there,
Like
but it
you
really
like
ain't
them.
that.
You
I
they
can't
cool,
really
but
get
you
to
don't
know
really like
you,
them.
but
Yeah.
you good conversation.
Right.
And you got that other one who you may see from time to time, but not as much as the first one.
So basically, you mean to tell me you keep 3 hoes at every time?
It depends. It depends on the climate.
You ain't have to answer that, my nigga.
I don't care because if you ask me if you dating me, I'll tell you. I got options.
Okay,
And if
talk
you
about the honesty then and the
Yeah,
transparency.
and I've run into that. We're like, hey, first date, I'm dating, doing my thing. I just came out of a relationship. What you doing? Oh, same thing, but I'm looking for something serious. Cool, of course, we all dating for a purpose. But right now, until I find a purpose, I'm going to keep doing my thing. It turned into a problem. The next day, you got any entanglements? Bitch, I just told you yesterday. Like,
Yes, I got to.
like,
I got to.
if you want to know if I'm fucking somebody else, you really shouldn't be asking me that because I just met you and I'm not fucking you.
Right. It's not pertinent information to
And
you.
and I feel like we ain't even got there yet. Like, I don't hear, like, we ain't got that
I don't
far.
even know if I want to have sex with you.
Facts. We ain't even talk. We ain't even there yet. So I mean, it's all about balance, in my opinion. Handle what you can handle, but I think people who lock themselves in with this one person, you cheat yourself because you don't get time back. And if somebody
Say that again.
This nigga spitting.
This nigga spitting.
no, seriously.
Hey, drop one of the flex bombs. Drop one of the flex bombs, nigga.
But you don't get it back, and I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong. And the older I get, the more I date because Rob knows.
Right.
I was used to be terrified. I get one person, stick with them for a year.
Yeah.
It didn't work. I take a 2-year break. Like, I was not good at dating at one point.
Yeah. She mastered that motherfucker.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. But yeah, you gotta value your time. So I can't get hung up on you because you my physical type. But I know you don't offer me what I need, and this dude offers me what I need. I gotta, okay, let's see who's going.
Let's weigh options.
Let's weigh the options.
May the
Because
best
I'm
man
gonna focus
win.
on you, and I'm gonna focus on the fact that you don't give me what I'm looking for. You just look you just got the look I want.
Say less.
Plus, it ain't nothing wrong with a little healthy competition, right?
Talk your
It
shit.
ain't nothing wrong.
Let me talk your shit.
But don't make me feel like I'm the option. I feel like that's where niggas fuck up.
So nigga gotta be
I can be
smooth.
an option, but you ain't gotta. I don't even know I'm an option.
Nigga need to be able to maneuver that.
Yeah, like I know we dating, I know you dating, but don't be sitting, letting you know what I mean. Like
Don't treat me like I'm regular degular.
Don't treat me like I'm regular. You should be able. If you got 4 bitches, all 4 bitches should feel like they might be the one. I really believe in that. Whatever works for them that makes them feel like they're the one, you should be able to uphold that. And if you can't, you need to get rid of somebody.
I could have showed y'all niggas something in
Also,
college days.
On the other side of that, don't be motherfucking gassing people up, making it seem like, oh, you the only person I fuck with. And you got, you know what I'm saying, Sally, Becky, Mary, you know what I'm saying?
Not the white bitches. Not the white bitches.
Like, just chill. Like, just go with the vibe. Don't boost me. We ain't gotta add extra
just
to it. Just go with the vibe.
Just cut out all the extra shit.
Just vibe and be honest. So
Facts.
is that pretty much where you stand on the J? So
I mean, all right,
what's your answer to the question?
I can really only speak for myself, and just because I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I'm a busy person between
Facts.
work, other shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't have time to talk to 5 bitches. Ain't no way that's
In your
even
younger
possible.
days,
maybe when I was 20, you know what I'm saying? Not no more though.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you know, and everybody's got a lot of shit going on. We all grown.
Right.
So me, whether I'm exclusive with someone or not, more than likely I'm only talking to one person at a time.
Right.
Just because that's all I can focus on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I try to talk to more than one person at a time, person two ain't gonna get no attention. I'm gonna forget about them, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you this.
Person one mess up, person two gonna be right there once you hit them up.
Although that's true, people like me have no problem starting from scratch.
Same. Now,
I ain't never had a problem getting women, you know what I'm saying? I can get it out of the mud, so.
Hey, talk your shit.
I don't need no backup.
I've also been that person, I'm not afraid of being alone, and that's where niggas fuck up with me. I don't give a fuck. I can sit at home and not text nobody. I don't care.
Right.
So I can get rid of all 5 of y'all and still be good.
Yeah, that's a fact. Rob?
So, man, bitches are scared to compete these days. I want to start off and say that.
That goes back to me saying don't make nobody feel like an option. But
then too, so to provide transparency and get an audience a little context. I hadn't really dated since college per se.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
long time.
you know what I mean? And in college, it was easy. I would date 2-3 women at a time, and nobody felt shorted. I mean, which granted, depending on how much I like you, you might not get as much time as option A and B. Hey man,
lover.
One thing about my nigga Drake, what he say? I made every woman feel like he said I made every woman feel like she was mine and no one else's. That was right. I could relate in college. In college, now for the record, in college. Nowadays, you know, if I was to get back on the dating scene, I would start off weighing my options. We gonna see who gonna rise to the top, and whoever rises to the top gonna get the most time. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest and transparent with all of you. But like both of y'all said, I really wouldn't be trying to have sex with multiple people, especially not here in the A. But until we discuss being exclusive, I'm gonna entertain. I might have me an out of town boo or two, and I might go to Houston. And although I might have a little boo here in the A, I might link up with Houston boo and see how we vibing. We single, we still vibing, you feel me? But and like now, like back then I wasn't like this. I ran a no ass. Right. If you don't ask, I wasn't telling policy. Right. In which,
still my policy.
And it's my policy to a degree, but
I think it should be everyone.
I think if you got balls enough to ask me, I got balls enough to tell you at the same time. But if I see you thinking this shit something that it ain't, I'm gonna
gotta, let them know.
You know what I mean?
I'll pump your brakes.
So yeah, I think each case, I think you have to treat it like a case by case basis. Like sometimes the right motherfucker come along and knock you off your feet, and like Jay said, niggas busy. I ain't got time, especially if shit going good. I ain't got time to be. But at the same time, I'm not. If we not in a relationship and we ain't discuss being exclusive, and goddamn junk with Neek at the gas station choosing. And I think she nice. Get a number.
But that's what I mean. Even if you knock me off.
So date. So like I think we all can agree it's no right or wrong way. Do what works for you. The most thing is be honest. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Be honest.
Because if we don't discuss exclusive, we dating.
Yeah.
I don't care what we doing while we dating. We dating.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with just dating and dating multiple people. Mm-hmm. You know, it's never really been for me for real. Like, I mean, you know me in college.
Yeah,
I'm like I really want to
time. It takes a lot of time, patience, and money, dog. And that's another thing.
I can't really do it.
I can't afford these hoes.
I'm on a different end.
You hoes is expensive here in Atlanta. Goddamn.
Nigga, having a girl is expensive.
Having a girl is expensive, but imagine having 2-3 girls that.
Is it really that expensive?
It can be.
Shit, to me,
depending on.
I ain't in that tax bracket to where it ain't like. You go out for drinks and a meal, you gonna spend a C note easy. Now imagine doing that 3 different times in a week with 3 different bitches.
Ooh, nah.
3 C notes gone. That's damn near car payment.
Better find some bitches that like to go bowling.
and see,
take it a midtown bowl.
And I mean, a lot of these bitches don't know nothing but crab legs and liquor.
That's important too. Sometimes I be spending too much money on women for no reason.
For sure.
For no reason. That's why I say get to know somebody.
And then if you start off doing that, that's
and if she can't appreciate that, he or she can't appreciate that, they might not be the person for you because get past the superficial shit. You know
The first date don't always have to be some dressed up fancy shit.
No.
Like I personally think that's a dumbass first date. I think it's on the same level as movies.
Yeah.
Because if one of us is not comfortable in that environment,
it ain't worse than the movies. The movies
I had
are
to
horrible
take me to the
first
movies.
date. Movies
Dog.
are horrible
Yeah,
first
don't do
date.
that.
I had to take me to the movies and then like before I even made it home, hit me with them. You're not interested, just say that. Nigga, we went to the fucking movies.
Yeah, we're sitting in
What?
silence for 2 hours.
What you want me to talk? I ain't even see the movie.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't ask me if I wanted to see that shit.
Bro, let me ask y'all this: do adults like go on movie dates? Cause
What
I
you
ain't
mean,
try to, I ain't try to take
Like for a first date or
I ain't went on a first date to a movie
no
with shit like
no,
ever,
we did that in high school.
Yeah, like past high school, you should know better than that.
Yeah, no.
That's on you.
I'm cool. So talking dating in Atlanta, man, a lot of shit I see, and it's been going on since the beginning of time, man. There's been some great R&B songs stemmed from this. Dirty Mackin, my nigga. Dirty Mackin. Shout out to my nigga Alki. My nigga Alki got a dope ass Dirty Mackin playlist, and I'm gonna use it as a reference for this conversation.
My nigga got the playlist. Oh man, I didn't even know that.
Kill it.
Y'all be dirty macking?
All right, so first off, what is dirty mackin?
Why do you break that down? Okay.
Let's define it.
Matter of fact, let's press pause, Bree. Yeah, man. I think so. Dirty Mackin. What is Dirty Mackin? I never really thought about like the definition of it, but it's like I know it when I see the motherfucker. Dirty Mackin to me is any mentioning of another man in an attempt to make yourself more attractive or to better your chances in getting with the woman is dirty macking.
Yeah, dirty macking according to Urban Dictionary, attempting to mack on another person's significant other by talking bad about them behind their back.
Yeah, perfect. Shout out to Urban Dictionary. Shout out to Urban Dictionary. So,
Have y'all ever dirty macked?
Fuck no.
like
Think
even
about it.
think about it now. Think about it, Jay.
All right.
It's
I'm talking about going back. Let's go back all the way to elementary school.
All
No,
right.
we ain't gotta go that far back.
Like high school.
We go high school.
All right. I still personally don't think I have, but
That's fair.
I
had
know.
one accident.
How does it have no accident?
He ain't fly. He don't even try.
How does it have no
No.
accident?
I actually, so reverse roles.
Okay.
A guy was dealing with someone that I knew of, and I didn't know it, and he mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, I know about her. She did. Da, da, da.
Oh.
Not knowing, but again, like we weren't at that point where we were really trying to talk.
Y'all probably knew y'all was attracted to each
Yeah, but
other.
it wasn't no. We was just really
You didn't do it to boost yourself.
Right, that was
Okay.
on
I
accident.
don't think that's
Then it ain't dirty macking.
Yeah.
But
You know?
it fucked her chances. I was like,
Did it backfire?
Hey,
Did it come back?
too
to you?
bad for her.
no, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't come back to me because like I think he knew I wasn't trying to.
Right.
It was just like, oh
That's
shit.
fair.
All right. So with the definition of dirty macking we got, I feel like the key factor behind that is the intent. You know what I'm saying?
Intent is
If you don't
major.
got the intent, you know what I'm saying, to basically put another person down to boost yourself up, is it really dirty macking?
Is it really dirty?
Yeah, I think
Although sometimes your intent don't matter because people gonna perceive what they want to perceive.
that's what I was
as
gonna
dirty macking.
say. Yeah.
And to your point, yeah, I could tell y'all about a situation, right?
Mhm.
So one of my homegirls that I was really, really close with in college, you know, straightly platonic, just my friend, you know, we had, you know, a bunch of classes together, hung out on weekends and all that. You know, she had a boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
You know, like our relationships, they go through some bullshit. But me being her friend, you know, sometimes, you know, she would hit me up to tell me
I know it is.
some of the problems that her and her nigga was having, right?
Mhm.
And oftentimes she would text me about it. I mean, I didn't know the guy, you know, I never said nothing bad about him.
But you said something.
You know, exactly, you know,
Yeah.
I gave her some friend advice. Boy, let me tell y'all, one day he went through her phone, seen all them text messages between us, that nigga wanted that smoke, you know what I'm saying? So
But can you blame him?
he probably perceived what I was doing
Right.
as dirty macking, but it wasn't, because I wasn't interested in her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then,
Yeah, no.
But
You
but
know,
I can
like-
see why he would be upset because it's like
yeah.
it's that weird line with platonic friendships because I have a male best friend.
Them
It's
niggas
a-
can't beat my ass though.
but I'm saying like
So we got
at
straps, bro.
rice,
They
you know,
definitely keep that.
he got the 50 clip in the crib. What you want to do?
I ain't fighting nobody. Shit.
but niggas would easily perceive male best friend, big brother advice
Yeah.
as hating, like, oh, that nigga need to expect bro code. No, that nigga gonna protect me first before he look out for you. But sometimes men not gonna see that.
I don't know you.
And I'm so real and true to the game. A lot of times I shoot niggas bail, or I at least try to get her to think about other perspectives.
No, for real.
Nah, that's a fact. And to be honest, and that's the situation. I didn't say nothing bad. I wasn't like, oh, you need to break up.
You just being real. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
That's bullshit. You calling shit bullshit.
Just be like, oh, what you gonna do? Or damn, that's crazy. That type of shit.
Oh, nah, he couldn't be mad at you. You was just being a listening
I think
ear.
the fact that his girl was coming to another nigga with they problems was enough.
That's it.
For that nigga to
That's even her problem. That really ain't got nothing to do with you.
You need to lay down your boundaries. Then you can have his best friend, but don't be telling him our business. And she gotta respect that.
For sure. Because a lot of times in those situations, she just telling her side. He didn't get to tell you his side.
Right.
So even if you were critiquing what went down, you don't know the full story.
That's true.
For me personally, I go to Rob, cause I mean, I start shit sometimes. I may be wrong sometimes. So if I have that feeling in me where I could have caused or I played a part in it, I'll go to Rob for a second opinion. Like, what you think I should have did differently? Did I do something wrong? And sometimes he'll say like, yeah, you fucked up right here, or he's like, nah, that ain't you. He trying to like put that shit on you type thing.
Right.
So it all depends. Now you running back just telling that nigga everything and y'all dragging this nigga.
Yeah, that's too far.
That's too far.
That's hoish. That's hoish to me, because half the time I don't even be knowing these niggas.
Right.
So I don't judge a nigga till I get to know him.
But that's also not a friend.
Yeah.
That's not a male friend. That's a nigga that's dirty mackin. That nigga want to get with you.
He slick probably want to get with you. Even if he hadn't expressed that interest yet. But I think I don't think I've ever dirty Mac before. It's never been my stilo, man. I come from a line of real player ass niggas, and we don't move like that. And my son not gonna move like that, and I don't condone that fuck shit. And if you dirty macking on my bitch, just get her, my nigga. Like, I at least hope you get her. Like, cause I hope it's worth it, cause she already knowing what time it is that she fucking with me. So this shit sucking shit, but I ain't gonna lie, that shit make for some good music.
Let me ask y'all some shit. Has anyone ever dirty macked on you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
But it's so crazy. The bitch might tell me that a nigga dirty mac on me, and I'm laughing at it, cause she laying right here. Like 9 times out of 10, you feel me? So
I done had a bitch dirty mac on me, like I done had a bitch drag me.
What about let's talk about the underhand. Let's talk about the underhand dirty mac. Niggas be underhand dirty macking.
Yeah.
Niggas might see you fucking with a bitch and they be like, oh, you know, I did such and such with the bitch.
Yeah.
Or I'm talking about niggas that's not even your mans. Like, like me and Jay, like, say for instance, I tell you about a chick I'm fucking with, and you don't fuck with her before, you gonna tell me off the strength of you my brother.
Right.
Before you fuck with her.
Man, I had a situation, names shall be remain nameless or whatever.
Yep.
Nigga, I don't even think I told a nigga because that's just not my style, but I was fucking with the bitch and he found out, he's like, oh yeah, I fucked such and such. And I ain't gonna hold you, the nigga was so goddamn corny that I had called the bitch, I say, did you used to fuck with this nigga? Cause did you used to fuck with this nigga? Cause this nigga talking like y'all be fucking around.
Rob has this thing where certain niggas touch you not in his house.
That bring the value down for me.
I agree.
That bring the value down for me, man.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so there's certain niggas I don't want to fuck behind, and I'm straight. Like, we just don't be on the same type.
That's the type of niggas you like.
He's not. A lot of times he don't be the same caliber of nigga as me, so I don't want to be associated and let a nigga be able to be out here in these streets saying we done had the same woman. Like, I just don't want to give niggas the hand. So that's some underhand, dirty mackin' shit niggas like to do.
That's lame.
Come to find out in this situation, Shorty called Buddy on 3-way, he got amnesia. He ain't touched the bitch, and that's what I can't respect.
Wow.
That's what I can't
That's
respect.
crazy.
So you was hating.
He was big hate.
Oh,
And she was hot because she was fucking with a nigga.
I wonder if this niggas out here lying on me like that.
Sure, probably
More
so.
than likely.
Probably so. Niggas do it more
Don't
often.
ever let that shit get back to me.
Niggas.
I done had some situations. I done had niggas go outside and try to ruin my friendship with Rob on some hurt shit. Like, we ain't even take it there. Like, we ain't never even kissed, no none of that. And you sad because I moved on, but you gave me every reason to move on. And you gonna try to listen. I done been tried. I had an old best friend, again, no names. We was cool at one point. A guy that I was dealing with at the time was still her friend. He didn't know what we were like at that point.
Right.
And she told him, you know, a bunch of negative things that made him not want to mess with me. Turns out years later we end up being together. And he like, damn. you know, such and such said this, and it's like, wow, I don't even talk to you no more. Like,
Wow,
what's the
that's
point in
crazy.
that? What you doing that for? So it's done a lot.
It's crazy out here.
It is.
You know?
You just never know what people be saying about you.
Niggas is slimy, but you
Niggas
slime, you
is
slime
real
me,
slimy.
bitch. You
Don't let
slime
me
me.
find out.
Don't slime me, cause I could get slimy. You feel me? But let me ask y'all this. It's a fun part of Dirty Mack, cause like I said a couple times already, some great music has came from Dirty Mack. What's y'all favorite couple? Just give me some of y'all favorite Dirty Mack songs. I got the cheat code. If y'all want to pull up Alki playlist.
Yeah, I might have to take a look at that.
Bro, Alki got all the joints on there. He got I Should Be by Drew Hill. If that ain't one of the biggest Dirty Mack songs, that shit dope though. Which one? Which one? I want to know. That might be the best ever.
That's the most obvious.
Nigga, I took y'all to places he will not.
Tell me what he don't do so I can do it. Is what the whole song is about. What else?
Ooh,
I never really thought about Dirty Mack as a category.
I give you one.
You know what I'm saying? So
Nigga,
it's like,
look, scroll through the players. I give y'all another one that we can relate to. Let Me Love You by Mario.
Oh,
Baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy me and her? I know you smell the perfume.
Can't help but wait.
Yep.
Trey Songz.
Damn.
That one.
Now that you made the category, I'm like, hold up.
It's a bunch of songs, bro.
Hold up.
Bro, this is a real Dirty Mack and ass
Let me
playlist.
see.
Shout out to that boy Alki, man. Add my
Yeah.
nigga on iTunes. What's another one, man? Oh, goddamn Crush. Not what is it called? Crush, the LL Cool J. This is more than a crush.
Oh, yep.
I don't know that one.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what it's. I forgot the name of the title, but it's LL Cool J and
Yeah.
Boys the Men.
Even
He saying shit like
on here. Hey Lover.
Hey Lover.
Yeah.
Hey Lover.
That's my joint.
Even Marvin's Room, that's some Dirty Mack and shit.
Marvin's Room is horrible, and that's when
Man, he got boyfriend number 2 on here.
that's when niggas was crucifying niggas that Dirty Mack, cause Dre like the ultimate Dirty Mack and ass nigga.
Wait, I Belong to You ain't Dirty Mack.
I don't think I Belong to You is.
Anybody
Oh no, he do. He don't really love you.
Okay, yeah.
It's a bar. It's a bar. That motherfucker.
Yes, it is.
It's a bar.
Oh, yes, Blackavelli for sure.
Blackavelli horrible. Yo, man.
Oh, Chris Brown, your man ain't me. Yeah, he ain't fly.
Hey, big Dirty Mack. It's funny. Now, I'm gonna tell you another favorite of mine that I just thought of just looking at this playlist. You Make Me Wanna. That's a woman, Dirty Mack, and then this shit funny
He
because
got My Little Secret on there, and I'm trying to.
Oh, My Little Secret. I mean, which it ain't Dirty Mack.
I feel like
It's
that's
more
Dirty Mack.
so
She's
scandalous.
open, yeah.
It's scandalous, but You Make Me Wanna
That's like
though.
the Ask Me Lane.
You Make Me Wanna is funny because I don't even know Shorty. She do?
The girl that he's singing about know what she doing, like.
And he catching on. Yeah. Like women definitely guilty of that. And you can get caught up in it easy. Like men might seek out a woman and be looking for advice and
Sometimes men be having hidden agendas. You thinking y'all cool the whole time. He just trying to vet you out, and you don't even realize he interested. And now the girl, whoever he dealing with or something like that, is upset. I don't want that nigga.
Stop trying to.
You know, that reminds me of the Usher song. You Make Me Wanna. Think about it.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Whole time we like, girl,
Nah,
I thought
and
we
sometimes
friends.
maybe he don't realize it at the time, but as he talking to you, talking through the and seeing the way
I've
you
been in that
think,
situation
he start to like
a
you.
few times.
But
like,
sometimes nigga go into it on some scheme and shit. I agree.
True.
I agree.
I feel like I feel like me personally, if I meet a dude who's supposed to be just cool, he got a girl and all that, and I feel myself catching feelings, I'm gonna back off of you. Like, I ain't gonna put myself in that position.
For sure. Yeah, that's always tricky.
I feel like for no reason should you mention anybody else when talking to a person you're interested in. For absolutely no reason.
I agree. That's
I'm not gonna ever say he this, he that. Bring up nobody else's name if I'm trying to get at a chick.
I ain't gonna hold you. One we forgot about.
What?
DMX. How's it going down?
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
gotta
If
spin that on the
DMX
way out.
came in front that knew me, I would go with DMX. So.
See? I love the honesty.
I'm gonna go with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I see you with your baby father, but it don't matter. Since you can't be the pussy that ass me a fella.
I'm gonna go with you.
What? Bitch, how could you not?
It's a classic.
For sure.
It's a
He was,
classic.
that shit was so played.
It's dirty mackin, but it's a
It
classic.
was so authentic
Yeah.
though. Like, I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
For sure. For sure.
I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
For sure. So yeah, we all in agreement that dirty Mac and corny, and
Yep.
try to refrain from it. But human nature,
But
like,
if you a hoe, you a hoe.
yeah, I mean,
Some of y'all
sometimes,
just natural born
You should
hoes.
be able to
Hoe ass niggas, hoe
get
ass
the.
bitches.
You should be able to get the chick you want, or for women, get the nigga you want.
without it.
Based off your own merit. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
Don't put me down.
You got bigger
Put yourself
problems.
up.
Yeah,
And what could also translate as dirty macking. You meet someone and they freshly out some shit and they get to venting because they feeling their feelings about it, don't touch it. Don't touch it because that motherfucker go back
You gonna
and get to talking. Now you look like a bad person. Now you look like a hater. Oh yeah, I told her about this. She said people do that shit.
Yeah,
They do.
fuck
People do that shit.
Right.
Yeah, nah. It need to be a
Gotta be
statute of
careful with
limitations
that.
on that.
Make sure y'all where y'all supposed to be before you get to having conversations about nigga past,
That's
cause
100. That's 100.
that shit can come back on you.
That's 100. That's 100, man. So, last but not least, I definitely want to talk about men's feelings, how men's feelings are valued in relationships. Nigga, I follow his handles.
Joe sit down.
Joe Sit Down. Shout out my
My
nigga
dog.
Joe Sit Down, man. A lot of good talks with bro. He made a post in reference to, well, here's just what the post says. I've been thinking hard and I don't remember a woman giving me reassurance. If she happy, she don't complain. And if she not complaining,
She had
that's all I'm used to really getting, like, as far as gauging whether or not
Yeah.
the relationship is in good standing.
Right.
And, he said that in reference to a woman had posted on Twitter and it went viral, hey, men never really ask for reassurance. Like, why don't they need reassurance? And why is that? So it brought me to the question of whether or not you all feel that men's feelings are valued in relationships. So, who wanna? Bree, what's your thoughts on it?
I actually posted that tweet on my story
Mm-hmm.
for good conversation because me personally, when I read it, it was like, have I? You know what I mean? Have I dropped the ball in that area? Because I'm not a very affectionate person. I'm not vocal with my emotions unless I'm upset. When I get in my feelings or my feelings are hurt, I do become very vocal because I can't quite hold that in. Not that I hold in that I'm happy because I'll let you know that I'm happy, but I do know I'm louder when I'm not happy because I don't do well with being sad. Like, I don't do well with getting my feelings hurt. So I know I'm guilty of that. I would like to think I've done a pretty good job being, let's be clear though, I recently started dating men worth praising. In the past, they didn't start off too well, so it was never a situation where it was just like, I neglected to tell a good man he's a good man. But like, I would like to say with my ex, I did a pretty good job keeping him reminded that he was good to me, but I do know when things got bad, I was louder on that point than when I was happy.
So to piggyback on what you're saying, one of the responses to your poll question that you posted on your page was, women don't care about men's feelings until it starts to affect them. And nigga,
But
he
that-
was loud.
And he was, in a sense, because I have been that person.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, it was really something so small that got really big just because I got emotional. I can admit to that.
But it was a lot going on in your situation.
Yeah,
so-
it was more, it's layers to it, of course, but at the same time, it's not always intentional because when you're happy, you show it. Like, I'm smiling all the time. I'm showing you that I'm happy. And it's like, what do you say all the time? Hey, baby, you make me happy. Baby, you make me happy. Like,
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
And
like,
that's all, honestly, that's all we want to hear sometimes. Like,
And that's good to know.
it's
I never
very
thought about it that
refreshing.
way.
I'll say as a man that's been in a couple long-term relationships, it's very refreshing when the apple of your eye can look at you and tell you, like, baby, I appreciate you. Like, I see you, my nigga. Like, I see you trying to make me happy and loving me how I feel like I should be loved. And it's a beautiful feeling. And I don't know, did you say that more to offer?
I was gonna say for women, I think the issue we run into is that we don't necessarily know how to say. Not that we don't know how. It's like, what exactly do men want to hear? Like, cause when you date, like me personally, my ex was not very affectionate. He's not a lovey-dovey person. So we not two people that sat down holding hands, talking to each other all mushy all the time. That was like, we talk like my nigga, my dog. Like, we talk to each other like that. So in that situation, it was like, how do I remind you? Because I know I did, but did I do a good job? That wasn't in the back of my head. Like, my friends know you mean the world to me, but do you know that? And it didn't dawn on me until I saw that tweet. So I wouldn't say that's always the case, but no, when he said that, I was like, oh wow, like, okay, I gotta go sit back and like really reevaluate because that says a lot.
It happens. It's not an absolute, but it happens. It's more common than not, in my opinion. And Jay, what's your stance on it?
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've known women who have showed me complete opposite sides of the spectrum, and you deal with some. You know, you as a man, your feelings and your mental health, all that shit is really an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of just rushed under the rug, and it's just like, oh well, you're a man, deal with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that person.
It shouldn't be that type of way.
I'm actually overbearing in that sense. I'm too nurturing.
And I think
Good.
I think that's
I think that's
I think the right man will appreciate that though.
Like, right, but that's what I was saying. It goes into that, like,
because I think all men will agree.
That.
All men will agree, like who are in a good headspace, that you being overbearing is a lot better than a motherfucker blind to how you feeling. Like,
but
you crying out.
But that comes with it depends on the person.
Another thing is that since people are different, well, first off, let me say this: we all human. No matter if you're a man, woman, everybody needs reassurance and to feel good about the situation.
It looks different. Depending on who's receiving it and who's giving it.
Exactly, because people need it in different ways.
Right.
Like me, myself, you don't gotta be like, oh, I love you, baby, or you mean so much to me. I don't care about none of that.
Show
shit.
you, huh?
Yeah, show me. It's the small shit, you know what I'm saying? If you know I had a long day, you know what I'm saying? Your thoughtfulness, do something to cheer me up.
Make
sure
when I come home, it's not longer.
Yeah. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So it's the thoughtfulness that goes into it for me personally, but I mean, all in all, I think it is something that a lot of women can improve on.
I think you gotta know your man because I'm that woman. I'll make sure everything is taken care of, but as far as if you need me to say it, that's gonna be a struggle for me. If you want like long letters and stuff, that's a struggle for me.
Yeah. Not so. It's a simple, hey baby, like.
That's not a struggle.
So okay, but like
little stuff here and there, but like sitting down and just
all the mushy gushy type shit.
That's not me. Yeah. That makes me nervous, and I might say the wrong thing because I'm nervous.
Does it make you nervous because you know it'll lead to you showing emotions that you don't necessarily want to show?
I'm still getting comfortable. I told you my last relationship was the first one.
That shit is beautiful though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
It really, I know for me, like, if I was to experience someone telling me how much they appreciate me and they get emotional in the process, oh, but you appreciate me.
Yeah, like in the inside, I'm a gummy bear. Like I'm super soft on the inside, but nobody knows that until you get to know me.
Right.
So you also have to be cautious with laying that on people because to them that's a that's an on and off switch. Like, oh, I didn't even know you could get like that.
Right.
And I'm also not fully comfortable with it, so I don't always want to show that because it could get out of control. Like I said, I got very emotional in an argument. So I mean, it all depends on the person, I believe.
And y'all got to make that connection via communication,
right?
To make sure that what I'm saying, the way that you show reassurance and the way they show reassurance,
love language. Let's go back to love language and stuff like that.
And that's a common theme in a lot of our topics, to be honest with you.
For sure. Just communicating and understanding and fucking with motherfuckers
and
that
coming
fucking you.
Stop only worrying about your damn self. Pay attention to who in front of you and not only you in a situation. That's really where shit goes left.
So my thoughts on the topic, I think we all can agree, men have been conditioned to not have emotions for one, and if you have them, your ass better not show them. You know what I mean? Don't show any emotion that show any vulnerability or could be potentially perceived as a weakness. You know what I mean? We've been conditioned for that since the beginning of time. I feel like, and that's something I feel like as black men, I know me myself, I'm trying to correct that. I don't want my son to grow up like that. I think it leads to toxic behaviors and whatnot, and leads to overall bad situations. Relationships are biased towards women, in my opinion, because, I mean, from the beginning, we chasing the cat. And when I say cat, I mean the woman, not just pussy. We chasing the cat. And so it's us proving to women that we like them enough, we care about them enough, we consider them enough to want to be with them, or, you know what I mean, to have relations or whatever. It's never really the woman having to put in that work to understand how we feel, you know what I mean? So from the jump, it's like we suppress a lot of shit to get said woman, you know what I mean? And when we can't take it no more, then we start really trying, which a lot of men struggle with it even when they want to, when they decide they want to, they struggle with expressing their feelings. So that in return, I think that conditions women to, oh, that nigga ain't said nothing, he good. Or That nigga acting like he good. When deep down, a lot of men suffer silently in relationships, bro.
And you still got women, if you express your feelings to them, they'll be like, oh, nigga, you acting like a bitch. You know?
I got some responses like that. I can't recall telling a nigga he bitching. Now, niggas be bitching.
I'm sure.
But I ain't never told a nigga he be bitching.
And honestly, like,
but
even if somebody
niggas, you know,
niggas be bitching. Niggas be bitching. The same homeboys that you got homeboys that be bitching.
But it's a difference between actually like acting like a bitch versus, you know what I'm saying, having a conversation with somebody expressing your feelings.
Like, hey baby, this is going on. This makes me feel like this. What can we do about this?
Exactly.
But you know what that usually is? That's that woman not being able to take accountability.
Yeah.
And I'll be the one to say it because
women hate criticism. They can't stand criticism in relationships.
They don't want it from the man you love.
They don't want it they don't want it, period, really. But they don't want it in relationships, and they definitely don't want to take accountability for damage they do in relationships, or accountability for where a relationship is, like as far as the health of a relationship.
And I feel like relationships in general, when something is wrong, typically people will look like, oh, what did he do? You know?
But
not what
to what you just said, you said women necessarily don't take responsibility for what they do, but men also don't put responsibility on women until y'all reach that. Y'all be
till it's a problem.
3 years in, and now what you was doing from day one is a problem.
And I want to point out, I do feel that this is common, that men's feelings are neglected in relationships, but I do feel men are responsible for a lot. Not even a lot of that, but they're responsible for theirs. We're responsible for our share. Yeah. So we have some personal growth as a whole, as men in general, in actually feeling feelings and expressing them feelings. Like, it's crazy because we might not say nothing, but we just get fed up and walk out on a woman.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say, because to me there is a bit of a double standard on the whole women are loud when they're upset and quiet when they're happy, because men are quiet when they're happy and upset. But it's unfair to put that much pressure on a woman for voicing being upset about something. Like, who's really wrong? Are y'all wrong for not saying anything, or are we wrong for saying something?
Neither, honestly. If anything, I would say we should say something soon.
I feel like both should be loud when you're upset and loud when you're happy. You know what I mean?
I think
that's true.
I think you should try when dating to establish letting a person know what displeases you. Like, fuck the whole perspective of going out looking sad. Like, if you
and
fuck
that's
with
really
a person,
what it be for men.
Yeah.
It's too soon. I ain't trying to like no sucker. Nigga, you better say something. You gonna blink. Now you're 3 years in.
That like blinking. Is it about that?
No,
okay. But my whole thing with that is like, nah, I'm gonna let you know when something fucking with me. Like, I got to, because if it's truly fucking with me, I gotta let you know. Yeah. You feel me?
And that's how it should be.
And that's in dating, because I want you to know how to handle me. So if you do something that I deem disrespectful or that I'm not fucking with, you can't say you didn't know.
That's true.
You feel me? But I do have work to do personally, and as far as expressing myself and how I feel to women and whatnot. And it's been an uphill battle, just because for so long, nah, men don't do that. You know what I mean? Nah, we need to, because that's what lead niggas to clicking out and spazzing and doing shit.
But I've also been spazzed on for trying to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, and that's and women aren't to blame for that. You know what I mean? You was a casualty of, you know,
someone who needed to grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody perfect. You know?
Yeah, for sure, man. But shit, I had fun with y'all, my niggas.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this shit. Episode 17. Thank you, Miss Nabria, for finally sitting on the couch with us.
Man. We're gonna bleep that out.
Bleep that out. Thank you, Auntie Ny, for sitting on the couch with us. Real nigga Jay, it was good linking with you again. It's your boy Rob Mo, Short Change Podcast. Thank y'all.